I made it! I am slightly beat still after an 18-hour shopping marathon yesterday with my dad. But I survived.
No pity.
And we got everything.
Hey, and be honest, you did have some fun.
Do I have to answer that?
Psycho, congratulations on being second.
Nice.
Happy what is it, Sunday,
almost your vacation.
Everyone.
Yes, happy Sunday, everybody. How are you all doing? What did you get me? Me being here right now. I got you that.
Just not a bow.
I do have a, like, if you look at my hair closely, you see that it's kind of a ribbon, almost. Does that count? I want a refund. Sorry, I threw the receipt away. No refunds.
I've been trying for a while. It's not possible.
Excuse you? After over 10 years, you can't return this.
That's what I'm saying.
It's too late, you know, like... In a way, though, imagine, I feel like life would be, in some situations, more fair if you could do that. Like, imagine you get into a relationship and, as it so often happens, eventually you get married and only then do you realize, wow, you're a piece of shit. That happens.
It
Not
does
in this
happen.
relationship, but
it does happen.
It happens.
Because we didn't marry you.
Is that the reason why? But imagine if then there was some magical way to go, I remove this ring, I divorce the other person, and all the time I've spent in that regard with this person, I get back. So like you suddenly de-age yourself like, I don't know, 5-6 years, only the time you actually spend with a person.
But we would have a big problem then, because that's basically a immortality thing then. Then people will get together just to divorce, get the time back, but we will still have more and more children. Everyone is immortal. That's gonna end well for a couple of years.
Tifa, I'd rather spend one life with you than all the lives without.
But that's not addressing the problem you've just created in this world of yours.
Yeah, but fuck everybody else. All that matters is you and me.
Better buy a house before this happens, because if you're in a rental situation,
I was being so cute. I was being so romantic, so adorable. And what do I get? Welcome in Dark
There's a lot of problems.
Congrats on being third. Thank you for spiting Skinner. The gaming
and congratulations on Lady Noir's birthday.
Yes, congratulations, Tifa, on Lady Noir's
Congratulations.
birthday. Congratulations, everybody. Gefeliciteerd on Lady Noir's birthday. So into brunch later. Ooh.
Nice. Enjoy.
I would love brunch right now as well. Please eat some for me as well.
Have a toast for us as well.
Also, welcome in Benjima. Happy Sunday. How are you doing? More life, no thanks. Too much already. Fine. Whatever.
Tifa doesn't have time for your love chat.
I just wanted to keep with the heat of... Yeah, I mean... I guess you can. Or you can just be adorable like me and just live a normal life the way nature intended, but sure. Let's flip the script on me. Anyway, I spent...
You are adorable. So precious. But the scenario you came up with wouldn't work. But still, really cute.
I feel like there's been at least one sci-fi movie about it.
Probably.
Is she nice to you off stream? Tifa? Yeah, nicer actually.
I'm absolutely adorable.
Nicer actually. Because we've said this before, sometimes people don't believe it, but when we're sitting here and the microphones are on and the camera's rolling and we're connected to the internet, I mean, what you see is what you get. I'm not smart enough to be an actor. Tifa could act, but why would she? She's perfect in every way already. So...
Have I not bought you gifts already or something?
So, what I'm trying to say is, we do play things up to try to get you to laugh at and with us, but ultimately, this is also what we're like off stream, which is why we decided to do this to begin with. Because people witnessed this and they were like, have you ever tried filming with? We're like, no, maybe we should. So, yes, she is nice to me on stream. Nicer, actually.
I'm not even that bad on stream.
We could have had nice tea for all this time.
Wow.
See, but immediately
The demon started coming
that
out.
was a gut punch that made her go. Ugh. Thank you, Psycho. Mwah. Mwah.
I am super nice. 93% of the time.
Isn't it amazing, Tifa? Isn't it amazing that after all this time these wonderful people have spent with us, they go for, we could have had nice Tifa all the time? Nobody asks for nice Jack because I'm already a saint.
No, they just don't know nice Jack is a thing.
Jack is meaner on stream but also more lovey-dovey. I'm even more lovey-dovey off stream. I'm
Sometimes too much lovey-dovey.
I wasn't joking when I said I'm clingy as fuck. Like, you know, it was like, I forgot the name, these plant balls. I'm not talking about vegan food. They grow on bushes.
Say hi to Skinner.
Yes, please. And there are these little, I think usually like beigeish, greenish balls, and they have spikes, and if you get them on fabric, you will never get them off. If you get one in your hair, if you have long hair.
When you walk your dog, he's filled with those balls.
No, he doesn't get filled.
Covered in those balls.
Tifa, if you walk your dog and he gets filled with those, you're walking the dog wrong.
Covered.
Yes. Anyway, that's what I am in the relationship. For the 18 hours of my trip yesterday, I got up at 6, I came back at midnight. The entire day I spent in the car or in stores with my dad, driving zigzag through this country all the way to frickin' the middle of Denmark to buy things. And back. Without a break, because we're dumb people. Yes, it's true.
And then they wonder why I didn't want to come along, by the way.
And the entire time I was thinking, oh, that looks really cute, I wish Tifa was here to see it. Oh, this tastes really nice, I wish Tifa was here to share this with me. The entire time, for 18 hours, I suffered. It was like hell. Because she was like, nah.
Oh, Jack isn't here, I can now eat this. Oh, I can treat myself to that. Oh, I can play video games all day without someone wanting to go for a walk. But I did miss you.
That is sweet.
I really did.
But this again proves the, you know, when people say, oh, I had this nagging like voice in the back of my head telling me, yeah, you should get up, you should do some exercise. That's me. For her. That's me. Exclusively. That's me.
Yeah. Like the less I move on a day, the better. I can sit still, which is kind of weird sometimes because when we're streaming, I feel like...
You barely move. You do not move at all, Tifa. That's also why your back starts to hurt.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I move minimally.
Yeah,
and
you're
it's
hibernating.
Jack that makes me move. Like
Yes.
I just go into freeze mode.
Yes.
And then it's time to go to bed, you know?
Thank you, Psycho. That's why we have commands like these. Or redeems. A command for Tifa, but a redeem for you. Yes, Tifa, sit like a human.
I am, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Jack is definitely the more clingy one, but also the more romantic one.
Yes, by far.
By very far, yeah, I can't deny that. And you're very adorable. And cute.
I know. And badass. Should
Yes.
live stream for me to comment on your poor present choices. The thing is...
They didn't even go to buy presents, by the way.
Yes, we did. Why are you lying? I literally paid for them on your behalf.
We only bought food and drinks.
So Tifa already forgot that she has
yeah.
received Christmas gifts yesterday already, because that's what we do sometimes. You know, sometimes you have a Christmas gift for somebody, or a gift for a certain occasion for somebody. Then you go, you know, I think this person will enjoy this so much, I should give this to them right now, so they can enjoy it earlier or longer, because they can start enjoying it now.
I got like drinking chocolates.
I'm sorry, nobody understands what you're saying when you call it that. You cannot just take the German word and say it in English.
Drinking chocolate is an English word.
Trinkschokolade, but that is also technically wrong. So here's what happened. My dad still needed to buy Christmas gifts. I still want to look for Christmas gifts. And I wanted to originally, I've mentioned this before, Danish beer. They do some stuff there that you can't get over here. And I've spent ample time in my childhood there, so I have a thing. So I wanted to get some of that Danish Christmas beer that they specifically brew for Christmas. You can only buy it in a certain time of the year, starting the last Saturday, I think, of November, until it's sold out. I wanted to get some for my dad as an advent calendar gift. You know, get him 24 bottles and go here. He doesn't drink one a day, don't worry, he'll spread it out. But, you know, as an idea. But I couldn't find it anywhere here. So I thought, well, Tifa, how about we do this really stupid thing and drive all the way up to Denmark for one day? Because I also don't want to spend the weekend with my dad. Tifa was like, yeah, you do that. No. So I did.
Hey, at least I didn't back out last moment.
So then I thought of all the other things I wanted to, of all the other stores I wanted to go to still look for potential Christmas gifts or ideas I had. So yesterday,
you're in the area already anyway.
We did that. I got up at 6, fell out of bed, got ready, got dressed, got in the car, and we've been driving, I think, 14 hours, spent 4 hours walking around in stores, hence 18-hour trip. And one of the things that Tifa got for Christmas, but already, because then she can enjoy it already, is a ginormous amount of restaurant quality melting chocolates specifically made or sold over here to put in hot milk. Tifa's looking it up. Right?
I'm grabbing the bags.
That's great. What are you gonna do with what you found?
Share the link. Or it doesn't really matter, it's Callebaut chocolate. It's like
what?
these drops that you can melt and get hot chocolate.
First of all, it's a Belgian company, so I'm pretty sure you're supposed to pronounce this in French, so it's Callebaut.
Oh, that could also be.
But I don't work there, I wouldn't know that.
I've never actually heard it pronounced, but I think you're right.
So, in case you couldn't tell from my awesome pronunciation and Tifa's bad one, that's the link. That's the chocolate.
It's really good chocolate.
We had the misfortune of once going to a restaurant over here, and we had like this menu ordered, and for the last meal you got like a dessert and a hot drink of your choice. I ordered a coffee because I didn't know better, and Tifa asked for a hot chocolate, and then they brought her a cup of hot milk with a little satchel with like these chocolate drops in there, and that's from that brand. Not an ad, by the way.
But they're awesome.
And they're delicious.
They're really good.
So yesterday, one of the stores we went to supposedly sells those, and then we found them, but they were all sold out. Thankfully, I found another store later that found them for much cheaper actually, and my dad bought 10 pounds, an unhealthy amount of those chocolates.
A milk one for 2.5 kilos, which I guess is 5 pounds,
Roughly.
and a dark chocolate one, same size. So I think we have enough for the next year.
Or 2, if we're conservative, yeah. Yes, but because my dad is sweet, he gave it to her earlier already, because, you know, now she doesn't have to wait another few days, she could already make one of these. And then Tifa was like, with him paying for gas and all the driving he has to do, why don't you just pay for everything? So my dad bought her a Christmas gift that I paid for. Yeah. Even after that he was like, but now you paid for this, but it was supposed to be... I'm like, don't worry about it. So, Merry Christmas, you're welcome.
I'm not sure why you didn't... Did you also pay for gas?
No. I paid for literally everything else. Trust me, I paid for more than the gas.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Sweet like chocolate? I am, yes. Got your presents early and I had to wait for my copy of Pokemon Yellow. I'm sorry about that. But hey, nice.
But do you have it?
Did you already receive it or are you still waiting? And if you're still waiting, is it one of those things where it's like, your package should be received or should be delivered between 8 and 8. and then you wait for 12 hours at home, and at some point you have to go outside to, I don't know, buy groceries.
That's the moment they count.
And then you find a note from the delivery people you weren't in. The moment you go outside, so they didn't even ring the doorbell. I swear, every time that has happened to me, I wanted to strangle somebody.
That's why you don't go outside, because these things happen when Jack wants to go on a walk. And like, it's not, we shouldn't go because the package is still coming. It's like, no, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be a short walk. And then we come back and the delivery guy was here.
Even if we're only out for 30 seconds, it always happens like that. It's weird.
It really is.
I was talking about a traumatic childhood experience, but okay. Oh, fair. No.
I thought you were waiting.
I'm sorry. I thought maybe you bought one now, you're not trying to play the old games. To be fair, my parents, or my family in general, didn't start that until I was already way out of childhood. I remember once, I don't know, okay, wait, story time. We don't have a banner for that. Childhood memory from me. You unlocked a core memory of me. Tifa, amongst all the features of my parents that you know about and that I've described on stream, I think there's one I haven't talked about ever. My parents gaslit me when I was like 5 years old into believing I have X-ray vision. Unironically. So here's what happened. My parents are not yes, exactly. They're not the smartest people, never have been, never will be, probably. And when I was a little kid, I was really into robots. Whether nudists or skeletons, thankfully neither. God, I'm imagining my dad naked. Why, Dark Lord? Oh, I'm needing eye claps. No, don't do that. I can still see it.
Oh, wait.
No, that's really not good for your eyes. Don't do that. I can still picture it. I hate you right now. I hope when you get to the brunch, everything you eat and everything you drink is just slightly too delicious, so that you never want to leave again. I hope you appreciate my curse. Now, story. I was gaslit into believing I had X-ray vision. Exactly. I was really into robots as a little kid. One of my earliest video games I ever played was Mega Man. I loved robots ever since. Me and Dark Lord triggering Jack's PTSD. Yes, nice. I loved robots as a kid, so my parents, when they bought me like toys, they would get me robots. And one year for Christmas, they bought this ginormous box with a robot. And I mean ginormous for kids size. I think it's just like a
big robot.
A big enough robot toy, right? With like all the functions. You would press a button and it goes robot punch, robot kick. You didn't see the kick, but Tifa did. I was doing it under the table. She could see I was moving. And I don't know when they bought it, a few days before Christmas, but they put it in the very thin, flimsy, white plastic shopping bag that they got at the store, and just like that, unwrapped, anything, they put that in one of the drawers at the very top. Now, I don't know if they believed kids are just really dumb, or they don't know how to use their neck to look up, or that kids are blind. Probably both, given that
How often are you in the closet? The closet is a legit place to hide things.
Yeah, not if you leave the door open all day. So that's what happened. They, I think during cleaning up, like doing laundry, putting stuff away, something like this, the door was open all day. So at some point I walked into the bedroom, just playing around, doing something, doing what kids do, having the zoomies running around, I don't know. And I can see the box, the side of a box with a robot picture on, like Super Robot 9000, through this thin white layer of plastic which covers nothing. You can see directly what's in the box. So me being like 4 or 5 years old, seeing a robot, I started screaming, "Oh my god, there's a robot, there's a big robot, oh, it's a robot toy I wanted." Alerting my parents. And they were like, "No, there's no robot." And they closed the door. There's no robot. And like,
The robot can't
there's a
answer.
robot, open the door. They're like, no, the closet needs to be closed now, and there is no robot. I didn't give up. I think for like 2 hours I haunted them, like, "No, there's a robot, I want the robot." Das ist nicht Roboter. I just spat everywhere once again. You're part of this. So I didn't get the robot then. But a few days later we were going on a Christmas vacation with my grandparents. We were driving to God knows where, I don't recall. And they still hadn't wrapped it. And I was helping with getting stuff out of the car. I mean, just very light stuff, like my jacket, you know, they gave me something to do so I wouldn't just run around. And then again, my parents being the smartest people ever made, my dad was carrying this big box with a robot just in his hands. Again, completely visible. And eventually they caved and they gave it to me a day early or something, as it then happened to be. Because I kept going, "It's a robot." They didn't seem to acknowledge that somebody could see the black box, the black cardboard box with colored pictures on there through a flimsy white layer. Like that didn't hide anything. It's like me going like, "Now you cannot tell this is Tifa behind my hand because I put my hand in front of her."
I mean, it is hard to tell.
Sorry, wait. Sensor bar. You can totally not tell Tifa's identity right now. So for years, and they would continue this until I was well into puberty. They would go like, "Yeah, it's still crazy how you could see through the thing and see the box." And I kept telling them, "You people must be morons or blind. I don't know what's wrong with your eyes. Get them checked out." But everybody could see that. Funnily enough, I do not have X-ray vision. I think I would know that by now, and I do not have any better or worse eyes than the average person. But yeah, for a moment I believed I could see through things. I've tried way too many times in my childhood to try to look through walls and stuff. Yeah, I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah, I guess. We never really did Christmas gifts. When we were younger, I only started doing that when I met you now with your family.
You're welcome.
And we're also not very good at gifts. Usually if we buy each other gifts, we just give it immediately.
Yeah, because it's like, hey Tifa, I love you to the point where I think you deserve a gift every single day of your life, but only sometimes do I have good gift ideas, so when they happen, I give them to you.
So yeah, we're not very good at Christmas and waiting. We're also the type of people when we get an advent calendar in November.
It's eaten in November usually, whenever we feel like chocolate.
Yeah, it doesn't really last until December.
No.
And especially not the door system.
No.
Like those will all get opened at the same day.
Yeah, usually I check what's in each door and then I just eat whatever I feel like right now. But hey, I still enjoy that advent calendar.
Yeah, that's true. I like the idea.
Yeah, it's sweet.
But it's the idea or the concept isn't for us really.
Yeah, no. I don't like delayed gratification. If I can have instant gratification and delayed gratification. Gift wrapping can be an important task. Yeah, that's why I don't do it. I think the last time I wrapped a gift was over 10 years ago.
I do like wrapping gifts, but we actually do not for your family.
Oh,
yeah.
I do have a gift wrapping story. Again, proving how adorable I am.
A gift wrapping story?
Yeah, you should remember that. Years ago, many years ago, shortly after Tifa and I got into a relationship, she decided to come and move over to Germany. And we went... No, wait, let me stop. That was the plan, but she didn't come over yet. You came over for a vacation. Just to spend a week with me, because long distance relationship, you know. And Tifa really likes books and all that stuff. And back then, at the time, the iPad 2 had come out and it was the hottest shit ever. And I thought, hey, you can do so many things with these and you can read books on these like a Kindle nowadays. I'll get Tifa an iPad. It's her birthday coming up soon. I had people chip in and we bought her an iPad. So Tifa eventually comes over to Germany, we go pick her up, and it's time to go on vacation. And I give her a wrapped gift box, and Tifa opens it, and it's an iPad. It's in the box. I'm like, yeah, sorry, I had to open it already because I put some stuff on it. And then she unpacks it because Tifa had been telling me for weeks already, no, like, this is a new relationship, I don't want any expensive gifts, don't do that, yada yada. Like, I care. And then she opens the thing, and in it, I had glued, like, I forgot what it was, a very old dead laptop battery or something to make up for the weight, but just squarely glued in there so it doesn't move, so it feels like you've got an iPad box. And a note in there like, haha, tricked you, you didn't want any expensive gifts, so I didn't get you an iPad. And like, at first she didn't know how to react because she didn't, like,
it's like, what the fuck,
she
what's I do with it?
she thought it was too much, but then she saw the note going like, haha, tricked you. So she was like, okay, then she started laughing, but then I just gave her an iPad. Because we had gotten her one, it just wasn't in the box right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was like a roller coaster of emotions. That was nice.
I never got wrapped
that.
gifts again.
Yeah, true. Ever since then, we were both like, I got you something. Oh, what is it? Like, here.
And we're also just lazy people and don't want to buy wrapping paper.
I also don't want to support single-use paper trash.
I mean, yeah, in the end, it looks really nice. But in the end, you open it, you immediately throw it away.
Yeah, no shame on anybody actually going through the trouble and effort of gift wrapping their gifts, but to me it's like, I need to go outside to get the gift wrapping paper, I need to transport it home, I need to then find a spot to and take the time to wrap the gifts. I'm really bad at wrapping things up like that. Then I have to hide them somewhere because, you know, now they actually look like gifts. And then I have to throw away the stuff afterwards, like, or I could just give you the box the thing comes in. And then you can open that. And you still have the pleasure of opening things. The only thing I take away is that moment of, oh, what could it be? Which also can go either way.
I mean, both are nice. I do like getting wrapped gifts. I also don't mind not getting wrapped gifts because then I think like, oh, now I need to throw this away. It's also, we're lazy people.
And cheap.
And cheap.
Maybe I'll gift wrap something for you in the future. I should gift wrap myself because what am I if not the greatest gift?
Yes, you were.
No, I'm pretty sure if I were to do that I would suffocate somehow.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I would die a horrible, warm death in a wrap of paper, and I don't need that.
But yeah, this year kind of sucked because we were very late to it gifts. Usually we start a bit earlier. And then yesterday it was like, oh, do we even have something for your dad? And it's like, no, I don't
now
think so.
we do. Just pay for this. There you go. But
how does exchanging work with you guys? If you do it. I mean, like I said, I didn't do this for years. Until now. No.
Doing it for your shoulders. While you ponder that, Tifa, what has happened the last time we played Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 4 Himatsubushi? Because truly, the greatest gift of all during any of these streams can only be Tifa's highest quality recaps.
The last time we played, what's the guy's name again? Akasaka?
No, we played Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 4 Himatsubushi.
Asakaka. No. Akasaka, no? Akasaka. The last time...
It's funny to me because Kaka is also what you would say like as a kid in German to poop.
Was waiting in town and...
What town?
Not Hinamizawa. What town were they in? No, they weren't Hinamizawa. In Hinamizawa.
Okinomiya. He was staying in Okinomiya.
Also good. He's in a hotel waiting for I don't even know what at this point.
Okay, stop you. Oh my god, what is wrong?
I forgot the parts.
Last stream I was
ooishi.
really bad at reading for some reason. Every other line I flubbed, and I cannot tell you why. Honestly, I still don't know why. Let's hope it doesn't happen again today. But my flubbing words all the time is not nearly as bad as your shit memory.
Yeah, I forgot we were still in the car with Ooishi first.
Yeah, give me some space, I can't move.
And only after that did we do that part.
I said some
we were...
space, don't lean out of a frame. Oh my god, this is
Now I'm back in where I was.
I'll just move. Now, shut up. It had been a long first day for Akasaka as an undercover cop with Ooishi in the car, but we were in front of the Sonozaki estate, allegedly. At least it's been described similarly to the area where the Sonozakis live. That's where we started again, yes?
Yes.
Great. So, when Akasaka tried really hard to not tell Ooishi why he was there and failed, so eventually he told him. Ooishi was like, yeah, don't sweat it, I can also get you an informant to help you with your investigation, which I totally might actually tell people about because I don't like lying. And I have to report the truth as well, it's my job. So, good thing you are from the security, police, defense people, the Japanese CIA basically, because you have money to give to informants. I know that because that's the thing you guys do. And Akasaka was like, yeah, how much do you... And Ooishi just grabbed the entire money and now has it.
Well, he said he wanted it for himself.
No, he didn't want it for himself.
He said he should pay him, not the informant.
Yes, he would handle the transaction is what he said. And then he also mentioned he has mahjong debts. Anyway, so Ooishi now has all our informant bribery money. Then that's not the point. They talked for a little bit. Eventually, Akasaka went back to the hotel where he stays in Okinomiya. Next day, had breakfast while Tifa is yawning. Very breakfast. I was like, well, I need to get something going. Tokyo still doesn't know anything else. I somehow need to get like an alibi and the cover and stuff. I need to get into Hinamizawa. So he decided, oh wait, I found this like leaflet. I'm gonna pose as like a bird watcher. Somebody who likes to just like look around stuff, like a tourist.
Nature tours that they are currently offering in town.
Yeah, except we missed the cutoff time for the last actual big tour and somehow still finagled our way into a private tour with some guy. So we took the bus to Hinamizawa, which was great because we got out at the one stop nobody ever uses, instantly marking us as an outsider. There was this little like shed to wait in case it rains for the bus. So Akasaka of course goes in there, that's the meeting point with whoever picks him up. And there he finds a tiny blue-haired girl. It turns out, I guess, 5-year-old Rika-san as well. I guess she's like 5 years old. It is Rika-san. And then they have an adorable little moment. Turns out that Rika, in her 5-year-old self, is basically the daughter that Akasaka wishes he will have in the future. She's perfect in every way. She's an angelic smile. She's adorable. She's cute. She goes meep and nipa. And they have a moment. Eventually, the old man that picks him up, or is supposed to pick him up, comes. They ultimately all decide to go on a trip together, and then we have a little photo safari thing. And now we go to Furude Shrine, which is important because Furude, like Rika Furude, but also Furude, like one of the big 3 families of Hinamizawa.
Where the headquarters is
of
currently
the groups, one of the families involved with the Onigafuchi Guardians and the Furude Shrine Grounds, which is also where the headquarters of the same Onigafuchi Guardians is supposedly being. What could go wrong?
And seeing how police isn't allowed to enter the grounds, he now has a good reason to go.
Yes, exactly.
And that's where we are. I did really well. Good recap. You're welcome.
Starting next stream, Tifa, I will not help you with the recaps anymore. No.
Well, that's fine. You'll last 5 seconds.
On a good day. No. You will need to get better at this because The people
I'm getting better at it.
watching and listening deserve the best. Also put your head back.
Yeah.
Tifa has this thing where sometimes she sits like this. I have to like this, like a turtle, tilting the head forward. And I don't know why she does that. But we need to correct it.
Yeah, but when I sit all the way back, it feels weird.
How does it feel weird? Yeah, because when you also go into this like paralysis and you sit there like, you can move the rest of your body.
No, I can't.
Just sit back.
I can't. I am
just-
sitting back.
Show us your double chin. I show you mine too. I think I just hit the microphone, I'm sorry. I cannot talk normally when I do it.
I am relaxed.
No, it's funny when you get mad, Jack. I take it. I take it. Furude is also a Saturday and Sunday. Are they part of the Weekendo Yakuza? Oh my god! Weekendo! Oh, fuck you, mommy. I didn't realize that.
This actually took me a second, but that is
I was
actually
like,
pretty good.
shit, where have we heard Weekendo? Is that a reference to the Yakuza games? Was that a thing in Shenmue? Is it a... Shit, when have I been brought up in Higurashi?
You have to
10
say
out of 10.
weekendo, weekends.
Yes. Oh my god, yes! Mame, 10 out of 10.
If you read it, it doesn't make sense, but when you say it out loud, because it took until he actually pronounced it, then you get it, which makes it brilliant. Thank you.
Slow claps. Slow claps, sorry. And it made Tifa's nose itchy, so you know it was a banger.
Yeah, that's
That was
how you
good.
know it's bad.
I'm sorry, 90s bad, as in, that was a bad one.
Yeah.
You know when bad meant good, which was a confusing time in my life? I need to recover from that 1 sec.
Also, my eyebrows are really annoying again today.
Yeah, it's because you don't sit like a human.
Yeah.
I've disabled Tifa's armrest. Watch, in a few moments she's gonna try to put her arm there, and then she's gonna do this.
It's really annoying when you expect it to be there.
Yeah, deal with it. Just get good posture. Put the top of your shoulders against the thing.
This is not comfy.
You sit there like you've been
Comfy.
strapped into a harness. Like into one of those old torture devices. Which is also very on point for Hinamizawa. Tifa, are you ready for some Higurashis?
Yeah, I can't see.
What?
I'm gonna crane my neck.
Can you not you use your eyes to look down?
That's exhausting, isn't it?
What do you mean it's exhausting? What do you mean it's exhausting?
Like, if you are just looking like this and you like look straight down the entire time, that's exhausting on the eyes.
I don't
Like,
know.
there's a strain on the eyeballs.
I wouldn't know. I'm too used to looking down on you. I've got training. And it's because of the recaps. Because we're bad. As in bad, not good bad. Yes. You ready now?
I'm ready.
Oh look, there's a Higurashi. I just swallowed all the air. Furude, I'm in love. Saturday nights. The MCA. And I
It's not like you know the song anyway.
flopped the melody at the end. You don't know the song?
Do you know all the lyrics?
That's a completely different question.
Well, then there's no DMCA, that's the thing.
Tifa's like, fake fan doesn't know all the lyrics to every song
If
he's
you
ever
don't
heard.
know the lyrics and you sing something else, it's not DMCA.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I don't think it is.
It is. Don't listen to Tifa. Unlike her, I had to look up like copyrights a lot before. So no, even just a snippet of it is still problematic. Friday, he's in love, but Saturday is alright for fighting. You like music? Name every song. Fake fan. Yeah, that's the same energy I just got from her. Why don't you know all the lyrics? I'm sorry.
Do you know Dr. Dre?
I do. I didn't forget about Dre.
Did you forget about Dr. Dre?
No, I never have. You do every single moment of your life. Yes, that Dr. Dre.
Exactly.
Now, meanwhile, talking about spinning things, not the wheels on that van. The van stopped in the shrine's parking lot. Also parked there were numerous other vans with loudspeakers mounted on top of them to act as makeshift propaganda vehicles. That was the Dutchest way to pronounce Dr. Dre. Also the most German one. Can confirm.
Yeah, I kept mispronouncing it, so now Dr. Dre is an actual thing.
And in a couple years, he releases like a spin-off album under the pseudonym Dr. Dre. An entire album of entirely German rap would be. I don't know. Yeah, Tifa eats a lot of things like caterpillar, some colors, fun, at least half of things. Jax loves tomato, hedgehog, sushi, every single member for X-Men, soup, all rap music, Dr. Dre, Skinner, Magnetos out for pina coladas, and Dr. Pepper. And
especially Dre.
Specifically Dre. And every time somebody uses that command, I have to read out the whole thing, because it's funny to me. On the side of each vehicle was scrawled, "The damn project must be demolished. Defend our homeland to the last. No oyashiro-sama's anger." Or a slogan of a similar kind. I gave a feeling that even without using the loudspeakers, there was enough to overwhelm any onlookers. Vertical banners were erected in various places. The contents of those banners were similar. They were all objections against the dam or crude insults towards the government. There were horizontal banners, placards, and so on and so forth. They proclaimed that without a doubt this was the headquarters of the Onigafuchi Guardians. For Rika-chan, however, this hectic place was also her home.
We've arrived.
She's cute, but her being like, "We've arrived." Also, can you go a bit more that way? I feel like I'm half out of frame and I'm like twisting into the camera.
She's more a fan of Einfach E.
She wouldn't even
Einfach E.
she wouldn't remember Easy E if he stood in front of her. Nice try, Dark Lord, but doesn't work. This could fit into an
Easy E.
It's okay. A rapper, also part of NWA. A movie about which you have seen. Straight Outta Compton.
No, that could be. I've seen the movie, I remember, since last time. I don't remember any of the characters in it.
This could be fit into an Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny parody. That sounds cool, but I don't know what it is. But I'm okay with it. Any parody on that makes fun of Tifa is good with me.
And it doesn't, because half is incorrect. Half of the list.
No, it's not. I had to take a quick peek at it.
The only correct things are...
No.
Half the things Jack loves.
All of them. I don't think she turned out to be anyone's face. I had a feeling that Rika would like jump up to get your attention. I think that would be really cute.
I'm home.
Rika-chan crawled over my lap and exited the vehicle first. Yeah, see, exactly. So she's like, "Bye." Makino had noticed that I was looking at protest banners.
The shrine also has the offices of the anti-dam.
No. I'm sorry. I'm not anybody to judge how people are reading or voice acting lines. But you gave that 1% old person and then that just vanished after the third word. Makino sounded way older last time.
There was a little shiver in there. Yes, there was.
More.
Fine, in the next line.
You didn't even read this one.
Yes, I did.
No, I cut you off after Shrine.
No, I didn't. No, you didn't.
I didn't get to hear it, so would you please do it again?
You were so... Can we put things... Tifa hates thing? Can we put this on there too?
What?
And the shrine also has the offices of the anti-dam movement. Again. For you, this probably brings back memories of the anti-security treaty conflicts back in the day.
Makino sounded like he's crying for some reason.
Why are you so annoying today? When is your next trip with your dad?
Fuck you. You don't know about the absolute classic of Ultimate Shonen of Ultimate Destiny? No. Sorry.
No.
Went straight past me.
Also doesn't ring a bell.
No, I was looking for the thing.
Yeah, he's here holding the tissue.
I'm still waiting for the next Makino line because student, that's me.
Oh. And I was looking at the dots, I figured it was a
So first you think all old people sound like they're crying, and then you still... Student movements against government policies, movements that border on terrorist activity, were at one time commonplace, if only in order to garner global attention. Students holding out in lecture halls, brawling with the riot squads that charged in. It was an age where wasting one's youth like that was widely considered a road to glory. It was slightly before my time. I'm not really an activist or anything. I studied without incident and graduated without incident. I don't really agree with the violence or occupations they used to protest the government's policies.
Oh, you have quite a nice opinion there.
If you have an opinion on a policy, vote for the candidate who shares your view, or enter the political world yourself and assert your beliefs in a lawful manner. That is the foundation of democracy. I don't think that's something you should challenge with violence. Didn't we just talk about that a few streams ago? About this whole issue?
For a young one, you have
That's still me!
Why would you say for a young one you have some fine beliefs?
Why did the game stop sometimes just telling you who's saying things?
Like, I get what you mean, where the confusion comes from, but that line is obviously not for you.
Sorry. Please do it again.
For a young one, you have some fine beliefs.
I saw that feeling of respect reflected in Makino's gaze. At the moment, something tugged at my sleeve.
I have no idea what Asaka's saying.
Oh, that's the wrong voice.
I swear! No. Last time it was me. Today it's her.
No, I'm saying the right lines, just in the wrong voice.
And the wrong words. What's my name? Asaka-san?
Oh, did I say...
Yeah.
Oh, it's a nickname.
No, it's... No.
She's like 5. She can mispronounce names.
Get on with it.
I have no idea what Akasa...
See, now you messed it up. Now you did it.
I have no idea what Akasaka is saying.
Rika-chan, feeling like she was the only one who didn't understand the conversation, had a look of displeasure on her face. That expression was so charming I had to keep myself from grinning like an idiot. It's often said that as a father... Now I need to dry my tears.
It's this chapter, I'm telling you.
It's often said that a father wants to spoil his daughter rotten. I think I understood that feeling very well. Sorry. It was a little bit hard for Rika-chan to understand, wasn't it? Japan is a peaceful country, so you have to argue your point in a peaceful manner. You shouldn't resort to violence, in other words. No matter how much I explained, a girl who was just boasting about being able to carry digits over when adding things probably wouldn't understand. It probably wasn't something to talk about in front of Rika-chan anyway. Oh, you definitely should start early with that.
So then, Akasaka, how do you think we should keep our village from being flooded by the dam?
Oh shit!
She did understand.
Okay. She's a 30-year-old stuck in the body of a 5-year-old.
Some kids say wise things, man.
Yeah, but I don't know if that was on purpose or an accident. Because even I sound smart sometimes. Even if I regretted my careless words, it was too late now. Here I was at the main headquarters of an organization telling them their way of doing things was illegal. Preaching that violence was not the answer. A complicated feeling had mixed itself in with the respect of Makino's gaze. It was then that I finally realized it wasn't that simple. There wasn't a soul who would argue that Take it back! Take the curse back!
I did not say anything.
Shoop, she's spitting straight fire. There wasn't a soul who would argue that what I was saying wasn't correct. Using violence to get one's way was something that everybody knew you shouldn't be proud of. However, right now, Hinamizawa was in a predicament that couldn't be overcome with peaceful means alone. The legality of the Hinamizawa Dam project, through the efforts of the various propaganda campaigns enacted by the Onigafuchi Guardians, was being called into question. If they further strengthened their campaign, they might be able to suspend or change the construction plans. But that was, at the most, just a possibility. If the government proceeded with construction as planned, it wouldn't be long before this place was at the bottom of the lake. If it wasn't for the unrestrained resistance of the residents of Hinamizawa, this place might already have been underwater.
We can't live anywhere else other than here. We can't live in the city.
Why not? The words of this remarkably young girl were all too accurate, carrying with them the screams of the hearts and minds of the residents of Hinamizawa. Of course, there was nothing I could say to respond to that. I could only respond to Makino and Rika-chan's heavy words with silence. I'm sorry. This isn't a problem that an outsider should lightly just poke their nose into, is it? I apologize. Makino, unsure of how to reply for a while, could only laugh pointlessly.
I mean, makes sense. Slightly awkward.
Welcome in, Skinner. Congrats on being first. Happy Sunday. How are you doing?
What are you playing with, Benjima?
Oh yeah, allegedly you at
Cheers.
Benjima's place. Has something happened? Because
We know where you are.
yeah, now we know where you are. Because Benjima said BRB, Skinner at the door, and now Skinner is here, but Benjima is gone.
Sus.
Have we ever seen them in the same room together? What if Benjima is Skinner and Skinner is Benjima?
I was gonna say, have we ever seen them in the same stream together? But yes, we have.
Yeah.
I think it was a New Year's Eve stream? A holiday stream?
Wasn't in the same room though.
Yeah, they were in the same room. When were you streaming once with Benjima? I think it was a New Year's Eve thing.
We may or may be playing Tekken. Enjoy, please.
Enjoy.
I don't recall that.
No, I definitely know.
Faintly I do recall. May not know it's late. Now we know that you may or may be playing Tekken.
Now you have to. It's nothing that concerns guests that make their home somewhere else. If you enjoy it here, please tell all your friends that Hinamizawa is a wonderful place, please. If word spreads to dozens, maybe even hundreds of people, then that ridiculous plan to submerge this place at the foot of a dam will eventually fall apart.
I don't think that's gonna take dozens of people complaining.
Well, hundreds is already a lot considering this village has like what, 200 people?
Wasn't it 1,000 something?
Or that.
I wanna say 1,100 something.
Then hundreds is already...
He followed that with a smile that said,
Please don't think much of it.
Makino letting me not worry that much really was a stroke of good fortune. Becoming infatuated with the idea of making friends with a little girl had made me completely forget my apprehension at being in enemy territory. Being infatuated with the idea of making friends with a little girl is not a sentence I thought I would ever say or read out. Or even read to complete that. Being reminded of this right before I was going to step foot into their headquarters might have been a good thing. If we'd had this exchange in the middle of their office, if there was a short-tempered youth in there, they might have come at me. Thinking of how extreme they were, in the worst case, my life could have been in danger. It seemed that I looked quite despondent at that moment. Makino, thinking he had said something wrong, became flustered, trying to think of a way to improve my mood. I was a bit careless just now. I'm very sorry.
No, don't worry that much about it.
The sights you showed me around the village were all beautiful, wonderful places. I really do want to come here one more time. If this beautiful village is going to be submerged at the bottom of a lake, I can understand why you would fight so desperately. I had somehow managed to use my despondent look to change the topic in my favor. After a bit, Makino had returned to his usual high spirits. It seemed he believed I completely sympathized with his point of view.
No. He drink.
He drink. Which one? All of us.
Do you mean which one?
Skinner for typoing or me for verbally typoing?
Oh. Skinner.
Thank you for confirming. Thank you for overthinking completely.
I had a feeling it was Skinner, but then you confused me.
I'm sorry that I spoke my mind.
Allegedly. Cheers.
Allegedly.
Skinner can be drink anytime he wants now. He drink. No, you.
Just we both drink together. You don't need to argue about it. Just share.
That is true. Gonna make Tekken more fun.
Yeah.
Let's leave that talk at that for now. There's a place around here with a really great view.
Let's go, Akasaka.
Also, is this before or after her parents died?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
I'm not sure where this was exactly.
I have a strong feeling we're about to find out. Rika-chan, seemingly happy to be free from all the boring and glooming... Why? Rika-chan, seemingly happy to be free from all the boring and gloomy adult talk, bounded up the stone steps. There was no real need to run, but in order to catch up with her, I also darted up the steps. There were several tents belonging to the town council erected on the shrine grounds. Inside the tents were several folding tables and chairs, and a number of the older town council members were livening things up with chit-chat.
The dam conflict was before her parents' death. Oh yeah, true, because they were in favor of the dam construction, and then after...
No, they were not. They were just not against it as much as the others. The only people who were in favor of it were Satoko's family.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, it was like a curse that struck because they...
They didn't do enough to protect the damn village.
I remember.
They weren't saying anything incendiary like, the damn project must be destroyed. It was just some relaxed idle chit-chat between local geezers. The normal sort of calming scenery. Either for us or against us, yeah. That's the mentality, I guess.
It's kind of how politics works a lot.
It's even worse if you consider the thing that was brought up in chapter 3, that Rika herself might be the current reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. Doesn't that kind of imply that she did that to her parents? At the entrance of a shed that looked like a meeting place, there was a large sign erected with Onigafuchi Guardian's headquarters written in bold brushstrokes. That was their base of operations. To be honest, it was a bit of a letdown. If you asked what I had been imagining, this is a bit embarrassing, but I'd have thought it would be something much more dramatic. With barbed wire fences and barricades.
And this black tower erected in the middle that looks
Stop
out
saying
of place.
erected. This chapter is normalizing the use of the word erected, and I'm not having it.
It is perfectly fine.
No, it's not.
Fine. But my point stands.
I might be a stiffler for language sometimes, but yes, I agree with you though. This huge black tower suddenly coming up in the city, or the town.
These little localized thunderclouds.
Only around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's like 4 or 5 huge spotlights like shining at the tower.
Several ravens flying in circles around it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
My first impression of the place, though, was completely different from that. It looked like a simple backwater town hall. It didn't look like anything other than exactly that. The old folks who were chatting had noticed Rika-chan's presence. Well, isn't it Rika-chama? It's time for little kids to head on home. Do I sound like I'm crying?
Yeah.
No. Stop waving air into my eyes, you fool. I'm gonna give you eye claps.
This is my home.
The old fox guffawed since she wasn't wrong. From that exchange I could tell that this Rika Fruity girl was loved by everybody.
Guffawed. Hey!
I just used my old man voice. I can't have more than one old man on screen. Tifa already has Makino-san. You just gotta get... Makino-san, who's that? The tourist who phoned.
Aren't we more surprised that he has an art thingy?
Oh yeah, we should also check out the others.
Oh, so he's new.
Same in the remake. Didn't have one in the original.
Yeah, in the remake he looks so out of place. That was put in there. Look, it's a completely different art style.
No, it's not.
It looks completely different to me.
No, he's a guy. He doesn't need to look kawaii. Also, wait. I'm a fool. I was trying to check if he does the Higurashi lean, but he isn't in the original art. Only Rika is doing the slide.
That's right. This is the mayor of Hinamizawa, Mayor Kimiyoshi.
That's why he gets character art.
He didn't get character art before.
Old people can be kawaii too.
No, Jack is saying there's an age limit to kawaii, and it ends at... Would you like to tell where your age limit for cuteness lies?
165. Saved it! Quick
so
thinking.
At 1, 6, and 5.
Then Rika-chan wouldn't be kawaii.
Why we said she's 5?
At 1, 6, and 5.
Yeah, if she's 5, she fits right in.
But when she is 5. If she's 5, she's 5. She's fucking with us, right? Yes, old people can be kawaii too. Even if Tifa wouldn't want you to believe that, because Tifa also hates old people.
How are we putting this to me?
Because you immediately took it that way. And only people that think that would take it that way. Unless, of course, we're talking about Psycho. Psycho was just trying to make sure nobody hates old people for no good reason.
Sure thing.
With you, it was hatred. I saw it in your eyes.
Yeah, but it came from you.
You made me say it.
No, that was you. And I mean, it's okay if you don't like old people.
You
like,
were Moscow tapping me with your foot under the desk, like, say you don't think old people can be kawaii.
He likes old people.
Yes.
Jack hates old people.
Thank you. You understand what I'm saying?
It's Jack.
It's Jack. So what a person would say when they don't want you to know that they hate old people.
I can prove that I don't like old people because Jack is older than me. But Jack is with a younger person, so he hates old people. Otherwise, he would have had an older girlfriend. There.
You're making this very weird. Also, I'm like 2 years and a bit older than you.
Still older.
I'm just gonna live my best Leonardo DiCaprio life. Sorry, you gotta go. You're a little bit overdate. He smiled brightly, but there was no mistaking he would be scary if he got angry. By the looks of things, this old man was the president of the Yoniga Fuji Guardians, none other than Kiichiro Kimiyoshi himself.
Oh, that side-eye.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't look very welcoming.
It's still the same face. The only thing that happened is he opened his eyes and it went from a gentle smile to a...
Oh,
I see
fuck.
you.
There's this episode in Courage the Cowardly Dog where this sort of like ghosts visit him and starts cursing the area with like the 7 plagues. If you know Courage the Cowardly Dog and recall the episode, that's what this guy reminds me of. The spirit that's cursing them.
Wow, spoilers for Courage the Cowardly Dog.
You can't really spoil that at this point,
Literally unwatchable now.
It's a more reason to watch it.
Welcome to Hinamizawa. What do you think? It's a quiet and relaxing place, isn't it? Yeah, I was able to appreciate a multitude of beautiful places throughout the whole day. I'm thankful for being granted this rare opportunity. Even though you're one of those young'uns, you're quite the gentleman.
Kiichiro, I want to show Akasaka a cool place.
Thinking that the formalities between myself and the mayor had gone on for too long, Rika-chan butted into the conversation. Yeah, enough pleasantries. The world needs more Rika-chans. For her to call the mayor by his first name? I felt it was a little strange, but none of the villagers seemed to mind. A girl of a Furude household, one of the 3 families. She was probably different than the average villager.
Akasaka, over here.
Rika-chan tugged at my sleeve. Not resisting, I allowed myself to be pulled over. And waiting for me was a magnificent view. This is amazing.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It was an observation deck that looked down on the village. They, knowing that this was the best view in the entire village, kept quiet as I stood there awestruck. I was holding a camera but had completely forgotten to even glance through the viewfinder. This view? No matter what kind of film it was printed on, it wouldn't be able to show everything. If there was a way to explain it, it would only be what I would be able to put into words. It was just such a breathtakingly spectacular view that I struggled to find a comparison. For a while I was left awestruck. I could only stand there and wonder. A cool breeze helped abate the heat rushing through my body. That comfortable sensation also left me speechless. Rika-chan, who had been holding onto my sleeve the entire time, spoke.
This is my favorite spot.
As she said that, she showed me another adorable smile. That smile seemed very fleeting. If you ask why, that was because the view from her favorite spot would eventually be submerged under the deep green waters of a dam reservoir. I just can't believe that this village is going to end up at the bottom of a lake. I said it quietly so that only Rika-chan could hear it. I regretted it as soon as I did, for those words were all too cruel. However, Rika-chan didn't let them cast a cloud on her expression. In fact, she replied with a smile.
It won't sink. The dam project will definitely go away.
It was just like a little girl to say something like that. There was no basis for her saying so. It was just her wish.
She believes.
Akasaka, do you think that this village will be submerged?
It's not that I wanted to be. I knew how important the dam was. I knew that it was necessary. I just didn't want to recognize the sacrifices that would be made. I agreed with the project in general, but I couldn't agree with some of the details. But if it meant that this girl's beloved scenery wouldn't be taken away from her, I might be able to object to the dam. I might be able to ignore the interests of a nation, the development of Japan, all for the sake of one girl's smile. I'm not really much of a humanist, but 1 second. 1 goddamn second. This is important. This is the same thing that drove Keiichi over the edge.
What?
Wanting to see Satoko smile one more time. The same thing.
I think it's just that feeling.
No, this has to be deliberate.
It's probably deliberate to make you go there, but...
Imagine being a spy and talked out of your mission by a 5-year-old.
Some 5-year-olds can be very convincing. But then, if you go that route, there has to be something that causes this feeling, and then we're going to a supernatural way.
I don't know yet. The city of Troy was besieged for a single woman. Also true. Yep. Things like this have happened before. Shit men do for women. the shit people do for love. But in a way that makes sense though. Unless...
What makes sense?
If we're talking about a regular person, somebody who listens to reason, if you confront them with information they might not have had before or show it to them in a certain way that they didn't consider before, you can change their opinion. Like what is just happening with Akasaka. He thinks the dam is a good idea. And he understands people need to move and stuff might get destroyed, but it's a good thing overall. These people can just move somewhere else, right? But now he has met Rika. And Rika looks exactly like he wishes his child, his daughter, will turn out to be. And now, suddenly, this Rika, who he is attached to this place. And now it's personal. Therefore, giving him the chance to see it from her point of view. And thinking of not just, oh, but we need the dam for electricity and stuff. No.
That's how emotions work in general.
Yes.
The moment it becomes close, I think we had the discussion on
there was even
Friday
a tip about
already.
that. Yes.
The moment it becomes close to you, suddenly
Yeah.
it's a whole different story. Like you can read about, oh, they're gonna submerge the land, and you're like, oh yeah, fine. But then you go
Whatever.
there, you like the place, you like the people, and it's like, oh no, this is not fine.
Yeah. Good luck finding that kind of person. They exist. I truly believe that they exist. I've had my mind changed by people with different perspectives before.
Yeah, you have even seen that. Jack changes his mind about conspiracies in game or theories we have all the time. What? I'm agreeing with you.
Not nearly enough to matter. Yeah, before Tifa interrupted with horse shit falling out of her mouth.
I agreed with you with an example.
Too many people are stuck in a loop of, oh, I think this thing is true, then only surrounding themselves in a bubble where everybody says or believes the same thing, and no matter who tells them. But there are things to this that you don't consider. There are other ways to look at this. No, you're lying. I already got all my info. It's a sad thing to see, really.
Values are the hardest thing to change in a person.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think that's also kind of human. Just hearing something might not be enough to change your mind. But sometimes like seeing, doing, all of that is way more effective.
Yeah.
Which is why I think internet arguments are usually pointless as well, because then you are stuck in this one view and it doesn't matter what the other says. You're not really going to listen to it anyway.
It needs the person to come in with an open mind and a willingness to accept other perspectives, other opinions to begin with.
Yeah.
For that to be easy. But that's rarely the case, unfortunately. Being raised on a certain beliefs literally rewires your brain. New and contradicting information causes actual pain in the brain. It's biology, not stubbornness. Yeah, that may be, but at the same time, I want to believe that people can...
It's not impossible.
I'm just going to say people can grow in, like, their view on things. And for all I know, I mean, Akasaka can still believe that building the dam is still the right thing to do, and it's a shame what will happen to Hinamizawa, but it's still the right thing to do for all of the reasons that speak for it. But now it's personal, you know. To remind myself that some people don't have the capacity or need time to accept and change. Yes.
Hence internet debates being useless, yes.
Yes. 35 years of arguments with my dad. Not the kind of person I'm gonna change. And when I do, it's the stupidest things. Like, for all the countless arguments I've had with him over his political views, his views on life, the things he says or doesn't say. None of that really... I don't think 99% of all the things I ever told him stuck with him. But it's simple, small things like, I don't know. Why don't you just treat yourself to something nice every now and then if you have the option? Like he picks and chooses what...
Yeah, but that's not really something where you need to change your opinion or values or views, I want to say. So that's easier to...
Less. It is easier to digest. Or it was easier to digest for him.
Like, good luck doing that with a political opinion. Like, that won't go that easy.
No. Unfortunately, no. Twitter exposed everyone who uses it to the stupidest people on earth who cannot be argued against or be made reasonable. Yes, the worst thing you can do with an idiot is to argue with them, because they will drag you down to their level and they will win by the merit of them having more experience. A vortex of a frustrating.
It's not always worth the effort.
But this will be. How sentimental of me.
It won't be submerged, because the dam project will soon go away.
Her words weren't just hopes and dreams, but were seasoned with a hint of resolve. As if she was talking about an unchangeable, predetermined outcome. As surely as the sun rising in the east. It'll be gone soon. Wanting to ask her why she believed that, I turned around.
Yes, it will be gone.
What makes you say that?
Well, you see,
She seemed to want to answer, but as though unable to find the right words, she swallowed back what she was about to say.
regardless of what Akasaka does, the dam project will end this year. It's already been decided.
That was a lie. If something like that had already been decided, then the Onigafuchi Guardians would have no reason to continue existing. From my point of view, it was like they were doing nothing more than throwing themselves into an endless battle. If they knew the dam project was cancelled, it would feel much more relaxed around here. This village, though, could hardly be called relaxed. For evidence of that, I just had to remember how charged the atmosphere was at the checkpoint or at the bus stop. The villagers, with a misplaced resolve, were still fighting. And this girl, even knowing the villagers' grim resolve, had already declared their victory. The villagers throwing themselves into this endless war, and this optimistic girl who said they had already won. That contrast was somehow strange. Why do you think that? If you know something that makes you that confident, could you tell me? Rika-chan stayed silent for a while, seemingly choosing what to say.
Because
Because? She looked like she was lost on whether she should continue or not. As if she was troubled on whether it was okay for her to say it. That kind of expression.
it's already been decided. There's no other way to say it.
It's already been decided, huh? It really is just a little girl. It really is just like a little girl to say something like that. I couldn't believe it was actually true. She was the only one saying such things with such confidence. My real mission, that I had forgotten about during this fun-filled day, resurfaced at the back of my mind. The kidnapping of a minister's grandson.
Oh yeah, there was something.
Yeah, imagine being on an actual timer, because with every minute that passes with a person being abducted, there is a higher chance of you not getting them back in one piece.
Why? He didn't do anything wrong. He needs a cover. He's now in with some of the locals.
Correct?
He's getting some information. How are you
Correct.
going to get information without knowing people?
All of this is correct, and it has nothing to do with what I said.
Yeah, but you made it seem or sound like he should have been doing other things and hurrying to get...
Yes, both things can be true at the same time. I would... If Tifa got kidnapped, first of all, why would you do that? But second of all, I would, whoever goes investigating this, to have in the back of their head, I need to try to solve this kidnapping.
Which is what he's doing.
Yes.
He's thinking of other things, obviously, in between too, but...
The fact that he lucked into this situation is great, and I'm super happy for Akasaka making so much progress. But the problem is, the problem I have is, it was an accident. If I have people investigating a kidnapping and stuff, I want them to move deliberately, not accidentally. That's the difference between being a professional and getting lucky.
But it's not really an accident. He accepted it on purpose.
Not for the last 5 minutes. It's okay, the landscape was nice. Just forget about it. Yes. Like, why would we do anything about this? Look at this picture. Had the Onigafuji guardians kidnapped the minister's grandson and already succeeded in negotiating the cancellation of the dam project? Did Kimiyoshi actually already know that and was just playing dumb? Was... Wow. Was that what this girl was really telling me?
Akasaka?
The girl called up. We need a break in a moment.
You said it right. Or you started saying
I
it
said
right.
curl. Jack was bit by a blue shell. Yes, bit. Specific. No, bit. Trust me, I was bit. The girl called out my name suddenly. What is it?
Go back to Tokyo.
Huh? I wasn't only surprised at that sudden command. Ever since I came to this village, I had never once mentioned I was from Tokyo. Well, based on my accent, she might have been able to guess where I was from.
A 5-year-old.
What was I getting so worked up over? It was probably the sudden and complete change in her demeanor.
You should definitely go back to Tokyo right away. If not, you will woefully regret it.
Woefully?
She's 5.
Fair. POV, you fucked up your violin rehearsal. Yes. The girl had been holding my sleeve the entire time. She'd been tugging at my sleeve since hurriedly dragging me over to show me this wonderful view. But this was the adorable Rika-chan who I'd spent the entire day with. There was no way she could have been replaced with a doppelganger when I wasn't looking. She had been holding onto my sleeve this entire time, but somehow this girl was someone other than Rika-chan. She looked like Rika-chan, but she wasn't. She was some girl I had never met before. That girl had told me in an indifferent voice that I would eventually regret coming to this village from the bottom of my heart.
That would be an incredibly pathetic thing to see. So I thought I'd warn you right now.
Why would I come to regret it?
Stop whining.
I couldn't believe that I was hearing such cold words come from Rika-chan's mouth. I just couldn't believe it. Was somebody impersonating her using ventriloquism or something? Thinking that I wanted to take a look around, but the girl's gaze, it's even killing my voice. I thought she said ruefully. Yes, she said everything at once.
What I said woefully? Woo. Woo.
It's neither woo nor whoa, it's whoa. I give up. Thinking that, I wanted to take a look around, but the girl's gaze had me pinned down, making me unable to move. Rika used scary face. It's very effective.
When you tried crossing the road when the don't walk sign was up, did your parents finish explaining why it was dangerous before pulling you back to the sidewalk? They'd pull you back right away, wouldn't they? They'd pull you back before explaining why it was dangerous, wouldn't they? In other words, it's something like that.
The girl I had spent time with, Rika Furude, would not speak like that. She would speak with a cuteness befitting her age, with brief, childish remarks, expressing her emotions honestly. She definitely wouldn't speak with such pointed words.
I've warned you. Don't get the wrong idea. It's not like I'm saying this because I hate you. You don't need to tell somebody who's better off dead that they're in danger.
Who are you? You're not Rika-chan? Oh, she's doing the free lips.
Yes.
It looks so cute. I mean, she looks like she's about to eat our heart, but
You look tasty.
exactly. As soon as I accused her of not being Rika-chan, she let out a strange, quiet giggle.
Yeah, that one is more fitting.
Yep. It was a laugh not befitting a child of her age. So one sec.
Isn't this one of the originals the same, I think?
With the original, I cannot tell that this is menacing. The console art I like much better. It was like she was possessed by something. The change was just that total and complete. Was Rika-chan being attacked by some terrifying phenomenon? That occult idea came to my mind without any sort of hesitation. Rika-chan is acting strange. Somebody help! Thinking that I'd yell, that I turned to where the mayor was. I immediately realized he was looking at us with a smile. That's right, to him it looked like nothing more than me and Rika-chan fooling around. He didn't notice that there was something terrifying happening to her.
Akasaka is such a coward.
The girl had obviously grasped that I was afraid. And noticing that in calling me a coward, she laughed again. That cackling girl approaching me in a strange manner while still laughing, lost her balance and fell flat on her face. Rika-chan fell down. If it was just a while before, I would have extended a hand to help her up without hesitation. But now, extending a hand to this ominous girl who looked like Rika-chan but wasn't, required a bit more courage than I had at the moment.
Meep.
The girl cried out thus. She then squirmed upright and dusted herself off. Afterwards, she looked around restlessly as a blank expression crept across her face. You've got to be kidding me. Was she making fun of me? That way of acting. It was as though, after being possessed by something, she had lost her memories of what happened. You're joking, right? Rika-chan?
Meep.
I don't know if Rika-chan had heard me or not. She just cried out like that, as if questioning herself.
Hey, mister! Rika-chama too! Tea's ready! There's some snacks too, so please come and have some.
An old lady wearing a smock was waving energetically from the entrance of the office. Hearing that there were snacks, Rika-chan's expression changed.
Snacks?
Snacks?
Yay!
A carefree smile. That was a familiar smile, the one that belonged to the embodiment of my ideal daughter. Any hint of a creepy girl that was just there spouting sinister words had vanished.
Come on, Rika-chama! Wash your hands first. There aren't any manju here for dirty hands.
I'll wash them real good.
Beep. Me.
Rika-chan responded with vigor, running off to the washing station that was along the side of the office. She stopped halfway, turning around to call me.
If Akasaka doesn't hurry up, I'll eat his share of manju too. They're steaming fresh.
Huh?
People who don't wash their hands aren't allowed to eat any manju.
No matter how you looked at it, that was Rika-chan. Those words and the way she said them, no matter how you heard them, they were definitely Rika-chan's.
Come on now, mister. You're the adult here, so show her how it's done.
The old lady urged me to wash my hands. Without any resistance, I lined up beside Rika-chan at the wash station.
Splish splash.
I stared at Rika-chan, intent on washing her hands properly like she had probably learned at school.
Manju is a thick bun with unko.
Tasty.
That sounds really nice. I want it.
Meep.
I think we had it before.
I think so too.
Pretty certain we have.
Did I do something wrong?
Huh? By wrong, you mean...
Now I'm washing my hands. I only got 4 gold stickers for it.
Oh no!
I'm probably bad at washing my hands.
You're not doing anything wrong. If you're washing them that carefully, that's more than enough.
But it's not, Akasaka. If you don't use a brush and clean out the dirt underneath your fingernails, you won't get a gold sticker.
She's so sweet. Rika-chan, you're very diligent. That's something to be proud of.
Nipa, I was praised by Akasaka.
No matter how you looked at it, it was Rika-chan. There was no trace of that girl from before. Exactly what was that sinister girl? Rika-chan, what was the meaning of what just happened now? Just now, you told me to go back to Tokyo, didn't you?
Did I say that?
I was at a loss for words. She didn't remember what the girl just now had said. Like I would ever believe something as occult as that could happen. Like I would ever believe that Rika-chan could be possessed by that strange girl and say those creepy things. Rika-chan, you definitely said that.
I wish my hands wrong my whole life.
Same. I'm still gonna do it in a couple minutes during the break, probably.
Yeah, but with a nail brush?
No, we don't have a nail brush.
Then you're doing it wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Beep.
Her expression told me that. Despite my saying so, she had no idea. She wasn't playing dumb, she actually didn't know. Exactly what was that just now? Just as Rika-chan had, I let out a look of confusion. Just as Rika-chan had, I let a look of confusion creep across my face. The two of us, both looking like we had no idea what was going on, must have certainly been a humorous sight to behold.
Just drop it.
How about we ourselves take part in some tea and snacks and take a short break?
Sounds good. BRB.
Remember to wash your hands properly, people.
We're back.
Hope you washed your hands properly with a nail brush thingy. 'Cause I didn't.
Otherwise you only get 3 stickers.
Do I even have? My nails are currently so short I don't even think I could get dirt under them if I really tried.
Still?
No, yeah, same.
Wow, none of us get stickers.
Oh well. While partaking of tea and snacks, I was shown a propaganda film shot by the Guardians that highlighted their resistance efforts. Older folks talked passionately on how long and grueling the fight against the dam was, but they fell on deaf ears. I was transfixed on Rika-chan, who had heard these stories countless times before and was nodding off. Eventually, Rika-chan noticed I was staring at her and smiled as she rubbed her eyes. That smile was Rika-chan's after all. There was no hint of that sinister shadow. After that, my unreasonable fear of Rika-chan lessened with the passing of time, but I could by no means forget what had happened. It eventually grew dark. The mayor said that they had prepared dinner, but I said I would come again tomorrow and took my leave. I had to return to the hotel and file my regular report with the section chief.
I see. Well then, please come again tomorrow. If you phone, we'll send somebody to pick you up right away.
I appreciate your hospitality. I'll probably come again and enjoy myself tomorrow.
Yes, please do. It seems that Rika-chan has taken a pretty big liking to you.
Akasaka, are you coming again tomorrow? I finish after 5th period, so if you could come at around 3 o'clock, that would make me happy.
Aww, straight in my heart. Wait, where is it? Somewhere here, I think.
Please come again.
That pure smile urged me to do so. There wasn't a trace of that evil aura. Depending on what happened next, all that might end up as nothing other than my hallucination. Thinking about it logically, if the daughter of a Furude household, one of the 3 families, had taken a liking to me, then this was a strong foothold for my investigation from here on out. It was like a free ticket for a reason to visit Hinamizawa. If only I could treat that little incident as a figment of my imagination. And having that girl, who was the embodiment of my ideal daughter, grow so attached to me, wasn't bad either. I had successfully dove into the belly of the Onigafuji Guardians, and had the mayor as well as other important members of the alliance welcome me with open arms. This was a great turn of events. However, I still felt uneasy. Getting back to the hotel, I forced down an almost painfully cold beer until I could clear my mind. The shock from that incomprehensibly strange incident continued to torment me.
I have a feeling they all know who he is.
Yeah, probably. Also, again, oh my god.
I mean, again, we didn't...
We have a thing where we end a stream or go on a break, and then we continue, and then there's like 2 lines, and then it's the end of the scene or the chapter. Yeah, sure. Not the chapter, the episode. This
we had that with saving.
This one is fast.
Ending stream. This was a really short chapter.
Oh. Look who's there. Going smoothly.
Who is it?
You.
The sound of the car grew closer, followed by the sound of it braking as the engine cut out. At that moment, his up until now lackadaisical footsteps grew decisive as the man in the room dashed up to the wall beside the window and carefully peeked outside. It was his comrade's car. Even so, he still didn't relax his guard. Eventually, the sound of footsteps approached the door.
I just did that. I did that. Screw you.
It was the passcode.
Oh, wait.
It was the passcode.
I'm back. Open. Oh, sorry. That one is you.
Oh.
Get that cockney in your throat.
I'm back. Open the door already.
You must be tired. I'm opening it now.
After the locks were undone and the door opened, a man appeared, his arms laden with swollen plastic grocery bags. The bags in his hand had 7 Smart written on them, with bread and milk cartons able to be glimpsed within.
Wait, they could see through the plastic bags?
The contents of those bags were then spread out over a sheet on the floor. I bought some cup noodles, so go boil some water. What's the kid doing?
He got even more offensively, whatever that accent is.
I don't do accents, I do whatever works.
I only do voices. He's been sleeping the entire time. Thank God he's not causing any trouble. He did struggle a bit when he was about to shit himself.
Don't let him crap his pants. It'd suck if it started smelling like an outhouse in here. What is that accent? It's
yes,
this man.
What is that accent?
I do not know. I can't do accents. How often do I need to say that?
I think it started somewhere after Tifa and I watched Brave. With the red-haired Disney princess, Merida. Merida? I was confused with 2 words.
Merida.
It's not an accent, it's a crime. Just like what this person is doing.
But he is committing crime, so Merida, it works.
Meridia is a place in Metroid, right? I always confuse the 2 words.
If you had a chance to change your fate.
It's getting more northern by the second. If you had a chance to change your fate, would I?
Why are you guys making fun of the way this poor guy speaks?
Yeah.
He can't help it.
You racists.
Yeah, exactly. He can't help it, now can he?
The internet's favorite pastime. You don't like it? Racist. No. Yeah, I know.
Check the gag every now and then. We don't want it to get loose, so keep it tight. But not so tight that it stops breathing.
I said I know. Huh? Then I asked you to pick up another can of gas from a portable stove. We're out.
You never asked, you idiot.
You what?
Oh, idiot.
No, not idiot. Idiot. Like idiot.
Oh, well then yit was fine.
No, Tifa. Yit is the sound they make in Avatar when they get on Appa.
I did not say yit. And it's yip, by the way, not yit.
I know. I was trying to lead into a joke. I think he literally just has an accent to differentiate him from Guy 1. That's fine enough for me.
Hey, look at how it's written. He definitely speaks like that.
You never asked, you idiot. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go. No,
Also, I'm the character. I say how it's pronounced, and I said it. You don't get to tell me how to do me.
Tifa is so British. She knows curse words. Even the authors didn't think about.
Meatball.
All they had to do was name him anything, but instead it's man and man. Yeah.
It's to keep the mysterious thing up, because now we still don't know who they are, how many they are.
True. Not necessarily man, other man.
Yeah, now there's two, but we don't know in general. Only one we can tell apart.
God.
That's thanks to my accent.
God, seriously? Come on, work. Damn it.
He rattled the portable stove as he struggled to get it to light. Seeing that, the man who went to buy supplies let out a deep sigh, and with a backwards glance at that sight, began to walk to the corner of the room. The kidnapped boy was sprawled out on the sheet that was spread out on the floor. Boy, you doing okay? Of course, the man didn't assume the kid was able to hear that question. That was because the boy's ears were plucked, with his eyes and ears thoroughly covered by packing tape. Packing tape? Ugh.
Oh, when you rip that off, he's gonna lose all his eyelashes. Oh, that's the worst. Imagine all of your eyelashes being plucked one after the other.
Out of all the things.
There might be another guy in a wheelchair in the corner. He's a yit.
Oh, you see the shadow on the right side? Like that's breaking up the window?
Mm-hmm.
That's not from the windowsill.
No, he's actually on the right hand side of the screen of the game. You can see this like wall-like structure. It's actually just behind that.
And to be fair, they didn't say there isn't a guy in a wheelchair.
Exactly. It's just man and potentially a third man or a fourth man. We just don't know.
Yep.
The desk agrees.
Also, his mouth was gagged with a thin, twisted up towel. Because of that, the boy was unable to close his mouth properly, his cheeks sticky with his own saliva. Of course, that wasn't the only reason. Both his arms were tied tightly behind his back with a leather belt. You seem to be doing okay. At least you're not gonna die. If your grandma wanted to play tough, we might have had to If your grandpa wanted to play tough, we might have had to lop off an ear. Be great if we don't have to. If the main family says we do, though, tough luck. Can't even imagine what kind of cruel things they'd have us do. The family says not one scratch on him, though, so it seems to be going well for the time being. The ministers discreetly...
Excuse you?
Oh, this is you.
First of all, the biggest crime here still is that accent. But that's also the most painful part.
It fits with the crime.
The minister is discreetly withdrawing the dam project. The Hinamizawa dam is indefinitely postponed. I wonder when we're letting the boy go. I just want to be done with this already.
The main family seems to be going that timing. Gauging.
Gauging.
No, he says gauging. That timing. I don't know when it will be, but probably soon.
Tifa, we are getting to the point where we cannot tell if you're in character or you're just lacking in your loquaciousness.
Then just ignore it, no?
No, I can't do that.
I ignore yours too?
I never make a mistake. This famously happened to J. Paul Getty III before his family paid up and he was released into the Italian countryside.
The weird accent? Or the guy in the wheelchair? Nah, I know what you mean.
Both, Tifa. Both.
Yes.
It was the worst fate. Isn't a great kid? You'll be let go real soon.
The man didn't know if their voices were heard by the boy. For him, there was nothing he could do but continue to sleep to escape his harsh reality. More importantly, what are we gonna do about the gas? We can't eat the cup noodles raw. We're out of gas. Say something. Jeez.
The worst. Ooh, factually cut his ear. That's probably a reference. It could also just be, I mean, potentially yes, but it could also just be like a book or a movie thing, because I want to say send the loved ones like a cut off finger or ear. I've seen that before in books and movies.
Yeah,
Not
but
in
if
real
they
life.
actually went for the ear, it makes sense if it is a reference. Usually they go for like a tip of the finger or something, or like whole finger.
Why I like rainy days?
The weather forecast had predicted that it wouldn't rain at all this entire week. It's not that I hate sunny days or anything. When every day is the same unchanging sunny weather, however, anybody would long for a rain cloud or two. If it's simply clear skies for a week, a month, a year, anybody would long for a rain cloud or two. The weather specialist said that they had carefully scrutinized a large quantity of past data, so it wouldn't be so likely for the forecast to be wrong. I knew as much. But even then, there was occasionally a day where I was hoping that it would be wrong, as I stared up in the clear blue sky. Was I being mischievous in hoping so?
Yes, your new name is Mitch. You're being mischievous. So it's just a typical crime thing? Oh well, I don't know how often that actually happens in real life, but I've definitely seen it in a movie or two before.
In movies or series, they go for the ear or the fingers.
I think usually it's the ear, because other than if you meet a person that doesn't have ears, I think at first you wouldn't even notice. Because how often do you look at a person's ears?
A criminal doesn't care about that fact. We should. Oh, he has short hair. No, we can't take the ear. Like, we gotta consider what it looks like. Maybe his toes. Or the fingers? No, someone might notice the finger too. We'll take a toe. The little toe. Small chance anyone would see that. Yeah. That's very considerate.
I'm so much of a good guy, even when I'm trying to be a bad guy, I think like a good guy. That's from Big Lebowski, is it actually? Because I've seen that movie once, but it's been way too long.
Never seen it.
Continue being mischievous.
I waited and waited, feeling almost suffocated by the boring blue sky, undisturbed by a single cloud.
I get what they're saying, but in the background I see multiple clouds.
If you could die from that suffocating feeling, then the population of Earth probably wouldn't have increased to this point. In other words, the only person who was being suffocated by this was me. And so, I welcomed the summer evenings where not even the weather forecast could predict a sudden shower. If I were to explain it like this, would you understand a bit more about how I feel? Let's say that tonight's dinner was going to be curry rice. But when you're called down to the dinner table, what was waiting for you was instead an eggplant and bell pepper stir fry. This is just on your mother's whim, by the way. I would be delighted by such whimsy. I don't really like eggplants or bell peppers, but still, I would be delighted. The fact that the pre-established routine of curry rice had been broken would be amusing. If tonight was repeated 100 times, and 100 times you had to eat curry rice. Yet, for just this one night, that was changed to an eggplant and bell pepper stir fry. There's no way you couldn't enjoy that chance happening. I hate pre-established routines. I really hate when things are all decided beforehand. I have no love for boredom. I always get my hopes up that something today will be different from yesterday, no matter how trivial. It's been decided that this entire week starting today was going to be clear skies. Why do you even listen to the forecast then, by the way, if that bothers you so much?
If you want to be surprised, don't check the weather forecast.
Yeah. The weather forecast decided upon it, so the god of weather must also feel obliged to do so.
I don't think that's how that works, by the way.
Snow! Snow all week.
There is this really recurring idea of really stupid people that insert minority here can control the weather.
Fucking shoot. It would make life a little bit easier.
Like it's always some minority in whatever area you live in. Just a little while ago, while it was hurricane season in the USA, I remember reading seeing multiple screenshots of people who were like, the Jews can control the weather. Stuff like this, you know? Which is complete horseshit, of course. But it kind of makes sense that the same, like, type of person would also see the weather forecast and then get irritated, unreasonably mad at their government because, oh my god, Obama decided it was gonna be snowing this week. Oh, that ruins my plans for my trip. Like, what? Yeah, those are the stupid people. They can't back up any part of it.
Yeah, because the Jews are hiding their secrets.
With the space lasers.
Exactly.
Yeah. The cabals of people are doing this.
But who's to say that a rain cloud might not just show up one day on a whim? It's something that nobody can say for sure. But because that thought remains in this world, a creature such as myself can continue living without being suffocated. Tomorrow will probably be a hot and clear day. However, I'm the only one that knows that predetermined fate. Even with but a slim 1% chance, something changes. Hoping for that 1%, I hung up upside down weather charms on my sunlit eavesdrops. In the end, I spent my days waiting for those unexpected things in life to happen. I pondered why I was hoping for it. Why was I hoping for a rain cloud? The answer was simple. I've had my fill of clear skies. Then why was I hoping for a rain cloud? The answer was simple. The fact that it was going to be sunny tomorrow was boring. So why was I hoping for a rain cloud? In the end, it doesn't really matter whether it rains or shines tomorrow. Basically, it was just that the rain would water my heart, which was withered from boredom. That's why, rather than a TV drama where the plot's already been decided, I prefer to look up at the sky. We had this whole chapter where you don't like looking up at the sky.
What was this entire thing about?
And who do you think it was?
Without context, without anything that makes me understand what this was about, from whose perspective it was written, all of that, it very much gave me Jared Leto's Joker as the character I was envisioning while Tifa was reading this. It seemed to be edgy for the sake of being edgy.
Yeah, this seemed like the most random tip we've gotten so far.
But at the same time, I don't believe that anything in this freaking game happens accidentally, or that they would give you any amount of text that doesn't have any actual meaning in some way.
Probably not, but for now I choose to ignore this one. Next.
No, that's not that simple.
Nah, I refuse to rack my brain over that. The bit that is still there.
Could it ultimately be that all of the stuff happening in Hinamizawa, the Higurashis, the Watanagashis, happening and people being demoned away, is somebody in charge going like, I'm fucking bored, you know? But then, here's my one issue with this entire text that we just read.
Besides the fact that it seems completely random.
Yeah, but if you believe things are being predetermined, then if you really want to go that way, you can spin that infinitely. Then everything can be predetermined, and that will annoy you. Like, if I say, everything that's ever going to happen is predetermined, then I cannot take this towel, this tissue, and I slap Tipa over it. Where I go, it was predetermined that at this point in the stream, I would have this conversation, I would do this. I don't want to do it again, just like that.
I can basically predetermine this entire month for you.
Yeah, same. I predetermine there'll be Christmas. I can already predetermine what we're gonna eat too. Not because I've been told earlier, but because I know.
I knew that 8 years ago already, and I probably know for the next few years as well.
Of course you don't understand. I'm speaking in riddles. So later you'll be like, oh, that's what he meant. Stars above. Yeah,
These bits I just find annoying. Like, there's no connection at the moment, there's nothing that makes sense, and it's just there. It feels like to confuse you. And even though it might make sense in hindsight,
no, we're getting something.
I'm not a big fan of it. But I also have no point, and like Jack, to just leave it as it is, continue, forget about it, and then later go like, oh, that's what that was.
No.
But Jack will take it for weeks with him.
Why I like rainy days. I'm gonna write this down 1 second. Yeah. Tifa hates important lore. Yes, she does.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense right now. Give me the lore when it matters.
Just explain to me when it happens.
Exactly.
I want to think. Day is today.
Explain me this bit of information in 6 months when we get to the point where I need it.
What's this one called?
Why I like rainy days. I also kind of wonder how they're gonna bring the tips in, because some of the tips feel like they make sense in the moment, like the first one where it's about what's currently happening to the kidnapped boy. But with other tips, like the second one, it feels like there's barely anything that has to do with the chapter.
I think I wrote this down as one of my predictions, that in the previous episode we had a tip, the gears and the smell of honey, something like this. We were reading it was about like gears and how they interact with each other, they mash or they don't, and they interact in certain ways, and whether you care if your neighbor's house burns down versus seeing it from across a river and what you would do and how it affects you or not. So I think that text and this one, Why Like Rainy Days, are written from the POV of the same person.
Yeah, same kind of dramatic flair.
And I think figuring out who or what this character is gonna be crucial.
Okay.
Because this tip going smoothly seems to be the continuation of the previous episode's tip, which details, what was it, the chick in the trunk? Something like this. What happened after the kid got kidnapped? Been put in the trunk, they're driving somewhere, now I guess they're in some sort of secure location. This one also seems to be based with certain characters we know, so that we get some like lore or something in a moment about these. This one and that gear honey one are unconnected to anything else, so they have to be the most important. Because why else would they be there?
I don't disagree, I just don't like it.
Barley tea and black tea and a millstone. Your blood pressure has improved. For you to recover this quickly at your age, I'm rather impressed. At this rate, you'll still be kicking after a couple hundred more years, Oreo-san.
The young doctor in his medical coat said that as he undid the blood pressure cuff from the arm of the old woman tucked away in her futon. That did not roll off of the tongue at all.
We get character art for Oreo! Oh.
I don't know why, but her character art seems out of place.
Why? I think that's because she looks very old compared to the other characters we've seen so far.
I don't know, the art style just feels different here too, just like with the mayor.
No. pretty sure it's still the same artist.
I mean, probably is, yeah, but it has a different feel.
We need to read all of your lines first before I can press the button to change the art.
You're a very good physician, Dr. Erie. If a persistent old fart like me doesn't hurry up and die, I'll just be in the way of you young folk.
Oh, she didn't get one, and okay, fair enough. She's certainly one of the oldest people in town. Given all we know about her, I wouldn't be shocked if this is some sort of like Ganon moment from Zelda. You know, when they keep resurrecting the same being.
The old lady Oreo laughed faintly. It was Oreo. Or you.
Yes.
No, it was Oreo. We had a discussion about that.
Yes, but hearing the old lady Oreo
just
killed me for some reason. Sorry.
The old lady, and she's wearing black, white, black. The old lady Oreo laughed faintly with a broad smile on her face.
They did that on purpose. They did that on purpose. Her design is like the cookie. Oh my god, the clothes. Yes. Yes. Look at it. Is she gonna get dipped into milk?
You could.
Only if she consents to that. You shouldn't just randomly pick up people and dunk them in milk. Come here, Tifa.
Then, turning towards the sliding door, she called out in a strong voice. Is Shimiko-san or Taiko?
Oh, I'll just read the lines because I'm the one reading the lines, and you just have to go with it. Shimiko-san or Taiko-san?
Yeah, it's about when I say it, and I say it's fine.
Why would you octopus me?
Is Shimiko-san or Taiko-san here? Bring some tea for Dr. Irie. The sound of rushed footsteps from the hallway drew closer until finally the door slid smoothly open.
I got under her skin.
Yeah, because you're annoying as fuck.
Katze streicheln.
What it revealed was a young girl. It looked like the old lady's granddaughter. Shimiko-san already left for the day. Do you need something? Mion, make some barley tea for Dr. Irie.
It's barely tea.
Yeah, it should count as barley tea. Okay, got it. Did you want some too, Granny? Or would black tea be better? Want lots of milk and sugar? I'll measure it out myself, so you don't have to put any in. Just bring the sugar jar and some milk when you bring the tea.
So that is a yes to the black tea, right?
KK. Yes. The girl named Mion, after giving a rather uninterested response to her taskmaster of a grandmother, returned to the hallway. Pour the doctor's tea in the cups for the guests. And make sure you bring a coaster too.
Why does she not get character art now?
Also make sure to dry the outside of the glass, okay? Yeah. You're such a fussy pants. A tired voice wafted a reply from down the hallway. The apathetic tone of voice was far from unusual. The old lady let a wry smile slip across from her face as she chided the girl.
Not as easy as I make it look, huh? Sorry. Only found one pic from the anime where she had a green belt, so the Oreo drip is new. I appreciate it.
Jeez, that girl just won't learn. Nothing I ever scold her about sticks.
Now, Oreo-san, you don't have to say that. Mion-chan is doing her best on her own way, even though she's so young.
Her mother was the same way. Couldn't teach her anything. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
So her mother's mother must be exactly the same, no?
The old lady burst out laughing. Her expression showed she hadn't taken the comment the wrong way. Dr. Irie, I'm sorry, but could you open the doors for me? It seems there's a nice cool breeze outside. The cool chirping of the Higurashi had at some point started leaking through the gap in the doorway. Irie stood up and opened the door a bit. A refreshing breeze pushed out the still air that had built up in the room.
It's gotten fairly hot during the day, but what's happening to my voice lately? It's gotten pretty...
Not so easy as I made it seem, huh?
How about, Tifa, we call a truce, we both stop, and we just try to do our best.
I'm not answering this.
You should, though. Please, for me.
No, because you're the annoying one here.
Look, I can almost make a heart shape with my arm.
Adorable.
Yeah, exactly. Katze streicheln.
You just don't want it bounced back at you.
It's only funny when I do it.
That's exactly what I mean.
It's gotten fairly hot during the day, but the evenings are still rather cool, aren't they? It was almost downright chilly last night.
Yeah. Those types of mornings and evenings are another one of Hinamizawa's fine points. Irie replied with a smile as he returned to sit on the cushion beside the old lady. And then the two of them, for a little while, soaked in the voices of the Higurashi. I'm going to try and live to 100. Until the business with the dam is proper finished, I ain't kicking the bucket just yet.
To get the government to withdraw a decision they've already made is a fairly difficult thing to do.
The way this country does things is like turning a millstone. They set the thing. A heavy one at that.
A millstone?
Don't you know? A millstone.
This is peak Tifa, by the way. She mentions a word you don't know, you don't understand. When you repeat the sound, like, what did you say? And when she just repeats the things, you go...
Yeah, because with you...
A millstone? A millstone?
No, because with you, the first time you go, what? I don't know if it's because you didn't hear me or because you don't understand. And I usually assume you just didn't hear me, so I repeat what I said.
That is awfully sweet of you, Tifa.
I know. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Not much.
And then Jake's like, oh, you already said that. I'm like, how am I supposed to know that based on the huh?
You should be able to tell from the tone of my huh. There's a huh. It's like, what did you say? A huh? Like, what did you say?
Irie quickly affirmed that of course he knew what the old lady was talking about. For he knew full well that Oreo didn't like having her stories interrupted.
Couldn't be me.
I know, right? This millstone, see, can grind anything to a pulp. It's rather impressive. But you see, it doesn't turn that easy because it's a rather heavy millstone. Lots of people have to work in unison to get it to even budge. It's that type of millstone.
Today I learned I'm a millstone.
Irie pursed his lips, listening quietly to what she was saying.
Oh, it's a metaphor. Yep.
There's not an actual one. Eventually, Mion returned with some tea laid out on a tray. Seeing that Oreo was talking and in a good mood, she quietly knelt down and laid... She quietly knelt down. That sounds so weird in my head. Seeing that Oreo was talking and in a good mood, she quietly knelt down.
And laid out the sets for the barley and black tea.
Did I say knelt correctly?
Yes. What's throwing you off about... Wait, the knelt part is what's throwing you off.
Yeah.
What about it?
It sounds so weird.
What did you think the word would be?
I don't know, I was trying to connect it in my head, but it sounds wrong.
Neela did.
There are certain words that always throw me off. Like friends is one of them.
I'm so sorry.
If you have it written and you look at the word friend for too long, it starts looking like it's spelled wrong.
Vriends.
And then you start doubting it. I once actually had to Google how to spell friends because I had looked at the word for so long that I started to doubt whether the word was correct.
I do that regularly with the most basic words because for some reason it just looks off to me.
Nelt just, I know, it sounds wrong.
Nelt is the past form of it's the past form of to kneel.
Yeah, I know what it means. That's not the point here.
You didn't make it seem like you did.
It just sounds off in my head.
Which is even funnier to me because Tifa has bad knees, so one thing you don't usually see Tifa doing is kneeling down because then she can't get up because she has bad knees. So maybe she didn't know.
Seeing that Oreo was talking and in a good mood, she quietly knelt down and laid out the sets of the barley and black tea, careful not to interrupt. That's why, when it gets going, it's not that easy to stop. It takes the most effort to move it right before it starts turning. Everybody hates that, so everybody keeps pushing it along without rest.
You're talking about friction, right? I get what you're saying.
So in other words, if there's some sort of mistake and the millstone suddenly stops turning, to get it turning again takes a great deal of power, more or less.
Do you realize something, Tifa?
What?
We only have 2 characters so far that we got that have an accent. Oreo is sometimes swallowing letters, and so did the man who was involved in the kidnapping.
Nah, he is on a way different level.
Yes, but they're the only 2 characters we've encountered so far that speak with an accent.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
As in that is perceivable in the written form.
Also, if you ever hire Goonies to kidnap someone...
Goons, not Goonies.
Goonies. I would probably have neutral sounding people. I feel like accents are too easy to go...
but they cost more.
It was that person.
They cost more. Swallowing letters is a crime, I'm sure. Oh my god. I didn't think of it that way. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's gonna break the confidentiality agreements that the post office has. Yeah. And it's not good for your body either. Goonies never say die. This is why hiring Peter Stormare is a bad idea.
Peter Stormare.
I don't
Mayor,
understand
probably.
anything you just said in those 2 words. I also don't think I ever watched The Goonies, if it's a Goonies reference. Sorry, I'm uneducated. Certainly to get a project. Why? Certainly to get a project that's been suspended going again takes quite a lot of work.
It's a millstone that isn't easily stopped. But once it's stopped, it will never turn again. It's that kind of millstone.
It'd be nice if there was some way to get that millstone to stop, wouldn't it?
When Irie responded with that, Mion and the old lady suddenly sunk into silence. Irie, instinctively thinking he had said something rude, searched in a small panic for the words to correct himself. But that silence wasn't the result of rude words. For what crept across Mion and the old lady's faces were contemptuous smiles.
Help me, Tifa. There you go.
The atmosphere surrounding Irie suddenly froze, leaving him flabbergasted. Thinking that the scornful smiles creeping across both of their faces was the result of some mistake of his, he could only grow afraid. It hadn't been that long at all since he was enveloped in by silence. However, unable to stand it, Irie could only let out a weak laugh. Irie's laugh eventually spread to Mion and the old lady. Not knowing exactly what they were laughing at, their laughter left a lingering chill. The only ones not laughing were the Higurashi, who continued their simple and unchanging chorus.
That was deep.
Very.
I'm guessing they look that way because... More sounds. Because they know what's happening.
Well, the head of the tree family seem to have more information. Because Furude knows it's over. They seem to know something.
Yeah.
Why is something else, but...
I still have to wonder what exactly they do with Rika at those three family meetings. Because she seems to know a lot more than I would imagine a 5-year-old should be confronted with.
Well, these kids seem to be pulled in very young.
Mm.
And obviously they have some different... What?
Let me get through the scene because ding 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 ding,
Fine.
ding ding ding. The phone suddenly rang. I woke up in a hurry. The clock read 9 p.m. Damn it! I slept past the time I was supposed to report in. I picked up the receiver. V has come to.
Osaka-sama? You have a call from an outside line. Shall I connect you? It's from a co-worker named Kanua-sama.
What?
She's reading it from a scribbly list.
Kanua?
Yeah.
Kanua-sama, this is actually not a well-known fact, but one of the grandparents of Keanu Reeves was Japanese, and his name was Kanua-sama. I knew it. I didn't call in, so they had phoned me. Sorry, please put them through.
Understood. I'll connect you, so please hang up the receiver for the time being.
After I put down the receiver for a few seconds, the phone began to ring again. Yes, hello. This is Akasaka.
Akasaka-kun? This is Kanu. Good work out there. You didn't call in for your regular report, so we called instead. What's your situation?
Leaving the lecture for later, my senior co-worker got straight to the point. Today I went to the village proper. Under the guise of a tourist, I managed to establish contact with the mayor and several other core members of the Guardians. I wasn't able to ask him anything, but I left a good impression and was able to make a bridge for my investigation from tomorrow onwards.
I see. It looks like things are going smoothly. Akasaka-kun, you seem rather naive sometimes, but that might have worked in your favor. I guess you made some good progress for now?
I don't have the experience to make a comparison, so I don't know if that's good or not. I don't have the experience to make a comparison, so I don't know if it's that good or not. I think things went well for today, though.
Did you find out anything from the prefectural or local offices? Does it look as though the Onikafuchi Guardians is unrelated to this incident?
I still didn't know. I should have been able to say that immediately. I only had to say that, but for some reason I hesitated. I'm still investigating, so I don't know what to say yet.
I see. Could you let us know as soon as possible? I think you understand, but after tonight, it will have been a full 4 days since the kidnapping happened. They didn't set a time limit, but it's obvious that time is not on our side. I think you know that.
Yeah, I know. I'll investigate a little quicker while still being careful about it.
Okay. Be sure to look after yourself. You're dealing with a violent organization here. It might be dangerous to let your guard down. If you feel that you're in any danger, contact me immediately. In that case, I can get the local public safety office prepared to help you.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
Anything else to report?
I reported several bits of supplementary information, and at the very end I decided to ask, how's the investigation going on your end?
Everybody's doing their best here, but we're not making much progress. After all, the number of organizations we're investigating is vast. So if you find out the one you're investigating is in the clear, we'll have you return to Tokyo to assist some of the other officers. Oh yeah, it's clear. It's clear. Oh yeah, no, they had nothing to do with it.
Clear to me.
I'm quite sure they have absolutely nothing to do with this.
No, they're good people. Yeah, they're just concerned citizens.
The chief is saying to dig up what you can on Onikafuchi, but I don't think a residential anti-dam protest group has any relation to the incident at hand. They have the biggest motive though. Like out of all of them, they have the biggest motive.
We know there's this one family living in that village that will be destroyed during the construction of a dam, and they are kind of like the local head of the Yakuza in the entire area. Yeah, no,
They have no reason.
No.
They wouldn't do this.
Nothing. No, can't come up with a single reason to do it.
Sending somebody out just to investigate a single group makes me cringe, really.
At this point, he was just complaining. He was telling me to stop taking time to enjoy my trip, to finish up and get back quick. I'll try and resolve this as soon as I can.
Thanks. Counting on you. Well then, if there's nothing else, I'm hanging up.
Okay. That's all I have. As we were ending our call, he scolded me thoroughly for being late with my regular report. After that, I hung up the phone and sprawled out on the bed. Come to think of it, I hadn't heard anything from Ooishi. He was supposed to contact me about a time and a place to meet with the informant tonight. I thought about getting angry with Ooishi in retaliation for being scolded for forgetting my daily report. This, by the way... Wait, we need to talk about this. This, I think, in a way, is a human thing when you're already angry, to get angry with other people around you that have nothing to do with the situation. But to actively think, I thought about getting angry with Ooishi in retaliation for being scolded. Like, I'm in a shitty mood, so now I want to make you be in a shitty mood. That's so toxic. If
no,
you think
it's
about
like...
it.
No, it's not. That's completely normal. Like, you're annoyed something isn't happening and you expected it, but then you realize, oh wait, I just did the same.
No, completely different.
Nah, this is fully normal. You're thinking too literal about the I thought about. It's like, should I be angry at Ooishi right now for not doing this? No.
That's what it says, though.
Yeah, but you're taking that too literal. That's a very human thing, like where you want to start getting annoyed about something that just happened, but then you realize, oh wait, I just did this too. That's how I'm taking it, and I think that's the way it's meant.
Yeah, but then the text should be different, like, I was getting angry with Ooishi in retaliation, or because I was being scolded for forgetting my daily report.
Lost in translation.
You're lost in translation. Anger is a hungry animal that has to eat someone. Yeah, the beautiful thing is, though, when you realize it doesn't have to. You can just let the beast starve.
Hard, though.
Yes, I'm not saying it's easy, but, you know, when I have a shitty day, my day isn't gonna get better if I come home and yell at Tifa.
But still you do.
Shut the fuck up. With you, it's because you deserve it, bitch. No. No. It's not easy. Yeah, it's hard to be angry at the things you actually want to be angry about and not just life in general at points. But
I want to say it's very normal and human to react out on others when you're mad. Everyone does it.
Yeah.
Is it a good thing? No.
Yes, agreed. And that's why I think it's always sweeter when somebody decides, I'm going to break the cycle. I realize what's happening. I'm going to take a moment. I'm not going to let my frustration just spread onto others, because it doesn't need to. Not necessarily.
To go to the deep shit, man, I think you're making this way deeper than it is.
Thank you. I was thinking of all the possible ways I can say something about that. I was weighing them, and then I thought, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I think you just overthought what he's saying.
I don't think I did. It's okay. It's easier to pass the buck when it's not your fault. Yeah. But still. Come to think of it, though, Ooishi didn't really say anything other than that he was going to call tonight. Waiting for a phone call when you don't know what time it was going to come was in itself rather difficult.
Wasn't his plan to just lay on the bed anyway?
Yeah, when he falls asleep and misses the call.
Well, you probably wake up from that. It's
What
right
if you
next to
don't?
him.
You have slept through alarms before as well.
I mean, that is true. But then You just see him tomorrow.
This is a time the world is a better place for you not being in child abduction cases. Tifa, where were you? We were trying to call you with important information. We had the location of a kid.
I was sleeping.
Oh, sorry, you called? I was so tired yesterday. I was still am actually. I'm sorry, that was the fakest yawn I ever did, and your body fell for it.
It doesn't matter.
It's a wake-up call. Yeah, Tifa needs one. It's making me cry for some reason.
It's okay.
You're making me cry.
I'm okay.
Are you? Sometimes you say things that make me unsure about that. Just when I thought that, the phone rang. I picked up the receiver in a hurry. Hello? Well, this is a surprise. Akasaka-san, you're pretty quick to answer the phone. Are you a regular user of dating chat lines or something? I'm old enough that I never encountered one of those services through the phone. How does that work?
Quite sure he was supposed to say like sex hotline.
Who?
Ooishi.
But they don't call you.
That was big business there. Yeah, but if he called them and just hang up.
What?
It's about the fact that he's near the phone. Like right next to it.
What does that have to do with
That's where the comment comes from.
Oh, it's not about the phone call itself, you're saying it's about he was at the phone anyway because he was horny.
Yes, but Ooishi said dating hotline and you were like, oh, I don't recall that being a thing, or I was never around for that being a thing. But I'm quite sure instead of dating hotline, Ooishi was saying something about sex hotlines because that was very much a thing. Where you spend $2 a minute.
Why would you know the price in detail?
It's probably more, but I'm just saying. I'm explaining it to you because...
You know an awful lot about this. Just trying to divert away from my mishap. Invade these seducers for sexy conversations with local singles in your area. I made it a minigame in Yakuza 0. Really? Now we need to play Yakuza 0.
I'm not surprised.
But really, to get the most out of the Yakuza series, you should play the predecessors, the Shenmue games.
Good thing we have. There was no Smexy hotline.
Because we only played the first one.
I think we had the wrong book. I didn't have the number in there.
Imagine. I would never even try something seedy like that. Seedy, get it? Hopefully it will be if you're using it.
That's what you pay for, isn't it?
Exactly. The way you overact is rather interesting. Wanna go to a place where you can have a little bit of loot fun?
I know this cafe.
Yeah. For that price, it better be good. I know, right? I'll pass, so could you please get to the point, Ooishi-san? Really? Too bad, we'll leave it for next time, huh? Well, I'll get to the point. Many of the executives on the Onigafuchi Guardians had a lot of sway in the neighboring regions. Even in Okinomiya, there were a lot of people with relations in the village. That's why meeting in the Shishibone market district far from Okinomiya was a matter of course. Was a matter of course?
Seems weird, but that's not why I stopped you. How did Ooishi get straight through on the phone? You know, in the previous one we had the receptionist. It was like, oh, I need to put this through to you.
Yeah, that's weird.
Can you call the phone directly too? But then Ooishi needs to know what his hotel room is too, I suppose.
Yeah.
And why would his work not know if work is the one that booked it?
I would think he knows the room number, yeah. Or he has to know the room number to call the phone specifically.
But his work booked the hotel.
Yeah, but Kanu called... Yeah, if you can call the number directly, why wouldn't Kanu do that?
It just seemed weird. I don't think it's an important detail.
Ah. That's why meeting in the Shishibone market district, far from Okinomiya, was a matter of course. Akasaka-san, over here! Did you get a little lost? Coming from the north entrance might have been a bit of a detour, but it was easier to give directions from there. No, I'm sorry for being late. Did you eat dinner already? Yeah, I already did. Hope you left room for desserts. Well then, shall we go to a place where we can get a drink? Do you prefer Western alcohol? Or maybe sake? Would you prefer a place with or without women? Don't worry about it. I don't drink while I'm on the job. Hearing that, the man that Ooishi had brought along bent backwards as he guffawed, clapping Ooishi on the shoulder. He did a full goofy, like a See? Isn't he just adorable? In exchange, can you give him a bit extra? That money all came from this guy's wallet, you know? The man that Ooishi had brought seemed almost like a ticket scalper or a bookie. Even his appearance was dubious. The informant grinned deviously. You do have an air of shady bookkeeper to you. So
But I don't snitch.
you would. 100% you would.
What?
Yeah.
Do I look like a snitch?
Yes.
Excuse me?
Yeah. And worse, you wouldn't even snitch on purpose. You would slip up. Every single day.
No.
Yeah, you
No,
would.
that's
Yeah.
not true.
Yes. Somebody would just engage with you in conversation, and then you would just casually drop the hints.
No, I can't say that for sure because I've had 10 years of work gossip experience on my CV to back up that information.
Which you just told all of us.
Why? That's not a secret. The secret is, what do I know?
So what do you know? What was the weirdest thing they ever told you, Tifa? Come on, there has to be one thing that when you heard it you were like, no way. No, that can't be true.
I can tell you that after stream.
Fuck, she didn't fall for it. Ah. Knowing that you know is also info. That is true. From the metadata of all the people who do know, you can create a network of what connects all of these people. And if there's only one person connecting all of these people, you know the source of the information. Wait, was that a secret? Something Tifa has said before.
Nowadays it's not really the case anymore, but there used to be...
Allegedly.
No, there used to be a time where I knew
Allegedly.
everyone in the company.
Allegedly.
And then it's easier to get around.
Well, Sato, you clearly then have the means to live this character.
We're now at a point where I don't know anyone. Sato...
He's like probably like a cool city slicker kind of guy, you know, like the gelled hair.
Yeah,
trying,
but I can't do... Oh, fuck it.
Trying in his cheap outfit to look as expensive as he can, but he's kind of failing at it probably.
Yeah,
Very
but it's
physical.
harder to get a deeper voice in. Hey boy. We'll go with that.
If you hear that on the street, keep walking.
Don't turn around.
Keep walking. Don't look back.
Keep going, keep going. How much did you give this guy? It looks like there was quite a bit skimmed off the top, you know.
Ooishi's handling fee was included, so I took that into account. It seemed that the informant had expected a more extravagant reaction on my part. When I responded matter-of-factly, he realized that I was an entirely different type of person than he was. But rather than putting a distance between us, it seemed that I had piqued his interest. I said it, didn't I? He's the serious type. Do you see, Akasaka-san? People in a line of work like ours can really use their wealth of experience to their advantage. I'm wondering exactly how the experience of drinking in a bar with women would work to my advantage. You need to do the bending backwards, honey. Sorry, there's a chair in the way. The informant unable to contain himself. My eyes already read the rest and it's like, what? The informant, unable to contain himself, clutched at his stomach as he guffawed, heedless of the people watching. Oh lordy.
Should he really be seen with Ooishi though?
No, this shouldn't be happening out in public. Oh lordy, Akasaka-san, you can really judge people. That's what education does for you. Ooishi-san, you've been drinking somewhere, haven't you? Are you drunk?
He drink.
What's wrong with drinking when I'm off duty? Even if you're working, I'm not. Ooishi, who was the sort that fool around to begin with, was in such a good mood I couldn't figure out a way to deal with him. Completely different than me, who had come worried about getting every bit of information I could. Ooishi-san, after taking so much money, you were supposed to get me information worth at least as much. Dark Lord, I hope you read the fine print on it. Please enjoy your drink.
Joining you. Cheers.
Remember to leave space for brunch later.
Could totally have brunch now.
I would love brunch right now. You could make brunch after stream.
No, not before going to bed.
Why not? Why not treat yourself? Do you not deserve the best?
We can have brunch tomorrow morning.
It's breakfast.
Not if we call it brunch. It's also not brunch if we have it now, is it, by the way?
It is if we call it brunch.
Yeah, just...
Don't you dare use my own spells against me, Potter. I thought this, but then I realized I was getting my information from the informant, so it didn't matter how drunk Keiichi was. There was nothing I could complain about, but I still felt slightly riled up. Keiichi and the informant, it was no doubt a fake name, but he introduced himself as Sato, led the way deeper and deeper into the back streets of a market district. Even though the market was bustling a couple of turns off a main street and you were in a desolate alleyway. Perfect place for stabbing. Or she started climbing a set of stairs on the side of a seedy building. There wasn't any sort of signage, so I couldn't tell if a place was open or if it was even a store at all. Don't worry, this isn't a dubious place. Those words coming from Ooishi's mouth had absolutely no credibility. I expected Angel Maud.
Should we save here before we go into
No.
the whole conversation?
No.
Because then you might have to save in the middle of it.
We should finish this conversation. I think it's gonna be short.
I don't do, I think.
I know it's gonna be short.
How do you know, huh? You read it up?
I'm not gonna give up my sources.
Fine, 5 minutes. That's where the cut is.
Beyond the door was thankfully to Stop having so much fun, says Tifa.
Yeah, there's a limit to fun.
And
There's a timer to fun.
That is why the list of things Tifa hates contains that Tifa hates fun. She has become so infuriatingly German. She sets a timer for how much fun she has.
Yeah, and it's overflowing already.
Tifa is the only person that means it when she says, the fun times are over now.
Yeah, I say that every time at the end of the stream.
Now, that's why we call it a fun time. Exactly.
Yeah, you can't have fun time without there being a start and an end.
The fun time's over, now it's time for the serious time. Beyond the door was
2 minutes.
10. Beyond. I am so happy to be blessed with you. Beyond the door was, thankfully, a typical mahjong parlor. I was relieved that it wasn't the sort of suspicious place I had to be on my guard about. Welcome, welcome! Oh, Ooishi-san, it's been a while. Want to join in? There'll be a free spot soon. No, I'm here with a group today, so it's fine. Oh, sorry to keep you waiting. Mahjong is a game played with 4 people. It seems that a middle-aged man who was going to be our 4th had already arrived and was waiting for us.
That's you.
I'm already 3 people in this room, you're 1.
You're late, Gerudo!
Power of bad.
I was just thinking of going home.
Well, she made an excuse for why we're taking so long. Eventually, realizing that it was a new phase, the other man grew interested. That Sakasaka-san, he's a rookie who came all the way from Tokyo on assignment. We have high hopes for him. Sure, tell everybody where we're from.
Boy, can you play Mahjong?
Mahjong. Well, I played a bit when I was still a student. Satoko and the old man cackled in unison. Their plot to sucker me out of my money was painfully obvious. I thought you'd be a bit tired from your assignment leaving you on edge all the time. So I thought I'd give you a night to cleanse your spirit. I know asking this now might be stupid, but we're all police, aren't we? Well, let's not talk about that. Loosen up a bit, we won't actually gamble anything. We're just deciding who's going to pay for everyone to go play at a very nice place afterward. What? Go play? At what kind of place would you be doing that? For the reservation, we're free from start suggesting places like cabarets, high-class clubs and even brothels.
How does he know if he doesn't know any of the places in the city?
Maybe the name of a brothel is the Fuck-O-Matic 9000. You know, something that just instinctively makes you think. Brothel.
I'm starting to think. Have you ever seen a brothel with a name?
Yes. I want to argue that everybody who's lived in Germany long enough knows one brothel by name specifically. Just call it. You can fuck you at this point. That you could do that, yes.
I'm trying to think. Like, I've walked past brothels before, but I've never seen a name. I mean, obviously it should have a name. I never stood still at that.
There is one incredibly famous brothel. Sorry, it's a nightclub.
Yeah, a nightclub. That's not the same.
It's a brothel. Even on Wikipedia, this place is a brothel. It's in Cologne. It's called Pascha. And it is, I believe, wait, let me double check. It is one of the biggest brothels in all of Europe.
That looks like an office building.
And you cannot miss it because it used to be light, the entire building is light blue, and then they repainted it completely pink, hot pink.
It still looks like an office building.
Well, they do business in it.
That is true.
I think they deal in happy endings.
Just call it, you can fuck her at this point. But actually, the funny thing is, in the city where I live, there is also, or where I used to live.
Where I live, I'm like...
No, where I used to live, there's also a brothel. And for almost my entire life, I never knew.
Okay.
Until actually a couple of years ago, when we were at a cafe. Mm-hmm. They were wearing a t-shirt and it said, like, if you want the salad, just go 2 times left at the corner.
Yeah.
And I never got the point.
That seems super weird. Dutch as fuck.
It's a super weird t-shirt and I never got it, and they've been wearing it for I don't know how long at that place. Until I learned that from that cafe, if you go 2 times left around the corner, you end up at a brothel that is hidden in one of the side streets.
Okay.
Where you usually wouldn't go.
Okay.
So ever since then, I guess the name is 2 times left around the corner.
Okay, question. Who the fuck thinks, man, I'm really jonesing for a salad right now, and then goes, only one place to get a salad, at the local brothel?
Well, the cafe is mainly known for selling burgers.
No.
So the thing is, if you want a salad, just fuck off.
Not as witty in my head. No. I wouldn't eat a salad there, or a salad some Dutch slang. No.
No,
just
it's
trying
not.
to be funny. It doesn't work for me.
It's just a weird joke, but I never got it. And it wasn't until a few years ago, when I already moved away, that we actually had a brothel.
When did we have a brothel?
In
Oh, okay.
my old city. I don't know why I had to think of that.
Are you saying you want a salad?
No.
Because that's the first time I would have ever heard Tifa say, I want a salad. Like, whenever we have salad, you can tell from her face that she's having salad.
I sometimes have a meal salad at work.
Yeah, but that's more than a salad. They also put other stuff in it.
That's true.
My salads are vegetables and greens.
Yeah.
That. That expression. At the very least, they were the type of places that you couldn't go to without money, that was just for funsies. I'm sorry, but the idea of going to a brothel with my colleagues, no. I wonder what kind of relationship I would need to have with my colleagues, that I would go, yeah, you know what would really like heighten our experience as a team? If we all went to a place and paid for sex. I do not need to think of my colleagues in that act.
If that's your thing, I don't really see a problem with it. But I'm guessing it's a bit more like strip club? No, then they would have said strip club.
Yeah. That was the cabaret show part. I mean, that's not stripping, I know that, but cabaret is risque. Ooishi-san took all my money the other day, and I also have work to do, so I can't stay for long.
Then all you have to do is win. If you win, then you won't have to pay for this table and you can talk to Karudo about work or whatever.
No matter what happened, it seemed like they were intent on playing mahjong for free. I would have to fasten my resolve a bit. If I was going to be underestimated like this forever, it was going to get in the way of my work. I understand. Then I'll play with you guys for just a bit. If I win, you guys don't get any of the money or get to go to any of those dirty places, and we talk about work right away. Yeah. Bring it on.
If I win, we're headed straight to the Blue Mermaid on Flower Road.
Miss Leech likes that place too. Of course, we're going to hop between all the places where they keep the girls coming. Akemi-chan! What about you, Sato-san?
I forgot what he was. I'd prefer a place where we can drink quietly.
Like a nice quiet place with a bunny girl? The last time we went drinking, you pulled the tail right off that bunny girl, didn't you? Didn't you end up having to pay for that?
The owner started a bottle of Dom Perignon on my table and called it tailoring fee.
Sexual harassment.
Different times.
The 70s were a crazy time if you think about it. What a lively table this was. I could tell the other customers were glaring at us while we loudly continued our crude conversation. Speaking of which, the fact that they assumed I was the same was a bit disheartening. Ooishi had taken all the money I'd brought, so everything I had left was out of my own pocket. In addition, there wasn't that much left of that either. If I kept on hanging around him like this, through his goading, my wallet would disappear into the night. I had to somehow win and return the conversation to my job. But these people, no matter how you looked at it, were pretty good. Sorry, Yukie. How about we leave it here and then we can do the dramatic mahjong experience next time.
Sounds good.
This feels like a good moment for you to tell all the wonderful people when this Mahjong experience is going to be?
The Mahjong experience will actually continue next week, Friday, but we're gonna have some schedule changes for the next 2 weeks because of the holidays.
We're not having any schedule changes. The schedule isn't changing. The problem is that the holidays are falling into the parts where we would normally stream, and after spending any amount of time with my family, I don't have it in me to sit here and do a stream because they're energy vampires. So unfortunately, no streams next Tuesday, next Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday.
And we will do that for the
Blame the
next
holidays.
2 weeks, just FYI. So next week we only stream Friday, Sunday. The week after also only Friday, Sunday. And then we're back to our normal routine.
Yes. Sorry about that. Blame the holidays. Blame whoever predetermined that the holidays would fall on Tuesdays and Wednesdays this year. Whoever they are, they suck. I know, Psycho, I know. I was feeling the same thing. But.
I was just repeating the dramatic but so that you could.
But. We have something for you to slightly make up for it. Okay, only Friday, Sunday.
Friday, Sunday, yeah. Did I say Saturday?
I don't know. Friday,
Sunday.
Yes. Usually, we used to once a year run like a survey kind of thing where we ask you a couple things about when you started watching us and why you're still watching us. Without the funny negative attitude that I just gave you. And we didn't do that last year because we just didn't. But we're setting one up again this year, so a little bit after the stream you'll find an announcement in Discord asking you to, if you would, please kindly participate in that survey. It's completely anonymous. We have no way of finding out who puts in what data unless you specifically mention your name or write a certain way that you normally do, then, you know, we can infer things, but unless you tell us, we don't know.
It's nothing big, just asking about feedback, things we could improve on, stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, just stuff like that, because we're chill.
Short questions,
we're just chill and casual and stuff.
Unless I let Jack run loose, then it's 6 pages.
Yeah, I'm German, I want the data. I'm a data scientist now, but...
Yeah, it's gonna be a short survey.
But, yes it is. But, if you do participate, you get the chance to also join a giveaway. You'll find the details on Discord later. I will leave it at that. Tifa hates too many things. Tifa hates knowing all of your opinions. Tifa hates getting feedback from all of you. No, she doesn't.
I did have to short your list down a little bit.
Yes, you did. Imagine... No, you know what? Screw you. You're not going to get me to apologize for asking too many questions to the people watching us. Never. Not even once will I apologize for that. I refuse.
Even in the survey, it's annoying.
You're annoying.
Like, it needs to be short.
No, you.
And to the point.
No, you. No,
I
you.
am short and to the point.
If Tifa doesn't keep interrupting, I'll shorten this again. Stream schedule for the next week and the week after that, so Christmas and New Year's Eve week, only Friday and Sunday. You'll again see it in the schedule. We'll post it later. But also in Discord, in a little bit, you'll find an announcement to please participate in a survey. It's just a couple of questions. It's fully anonymous, unless you don't want it to be.
And voluntary, of course.
And no, it's not no, it's mandatory. No, it's not.
Anyone who doesn't fill it in gets kicked out and banned.
In that order, no. How about we do this serious for once so that people don't get confused?
Okay.
Friday, Sunday, next 2 weeks. Announcement for the survey. Please participate if you can. It's gonna run for a few weeks because of the holidays and stuff. You know, people get busy sometimes with their lives. And if you do decide to join, you can choose to join a giveaway. But you need to do the survey for that. Just saying. It will make sense when you see it in a moment. Or in a bit, depending on when you look at it. There.
Okay.
Now we only had to say this 3 times because we kept doing the funny things in between the informative bits. Free shit, hell yeah! That's the attitude I wanted. Yes, thank you very much for appreciating that.
We will send you a pen.
No, we won't!
No, we won't. You said the serious part was over.
Oh my god.
From
Yes.
my pen collection.
A pen from Tifa's pen orphanage that she held between her toes for at least 1 week.
Ew.
Yeah, I can make it weird too. Yeah, now how do you feel? Pretty shitty that you took it there, didn't you?
I feel like we should rate Mame.
Spoke twister. No, you're getting it. No. Nobody gets pens. You get to keep the pens.
That's a good thing.
This is getting really awkward. How about we dissolve the situation by doing something completely different and going on a raid? Now. Wait. I will verbalize my thoughts in a moment. Oh no, it's Pen Island all over again. Dark Lord, I understand exactly what you mean, and I think Tifa doesn't.
I don't, but I have Pen Island at home. That was probably the wrong thing to say, wasn't it?
No, that's fine, but if you... I think it was a website, right? Pen Island dot something. I'm not saying it because when people Google it, you will see that if you take out the space between pen and island, you could also read it as Penis Land.
Oh, but who would read it like that?
Everybody.
It's about pens.
No. Was that a real website, or did I remember that from a show or movie or something? Because I want to say...
It's for a site.
I think it was or is a real website.
I feel like you have to put a dash in there, if anything, then.
But I also don't remember if people think it's Penis Land and then they get to a place that sells pens and then they're disappointed, or if people looked up Pen Island and then they found pornography.
I somehow doubt that happens.
Well, so here's the reason why I was stalling for a moment. I would have loved to rate everything fantasy. Snowy sometimes shows up on stream, and Corey. They're currently playing Project Eden's Garden. So if you can, if you want, if it interests you, you should click that. It's a Danganronpa fan game. It looks amazingly well made.
Which Snowy voices in?
Yes, and Corey made some of the music. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is quite
I
nice.
learned that today because the title is Diana Vinicius VA and guest composer play Project Eden's Garden.
Oh, didn't even see the title.
Normally, I would love to rate them, but I want to still play them myself, and I will completely avoid any and all spoilers. So,
The first chapter of the game was released a few weeks ago, I believe.
a few days ago, I think.
No. I remember talking about it on Discord. That was last month.
A while ago. A short while ago.
And they plan on releasing it chapter by chapter over time.
Every year is the plan, but it's a free fan game project, so, you know, it's a free fan game. You can't really demand they do it faster, even though I would like to.
Would like to play it, but it's gonna be a bit before we get to it, with like a few more chapters first, so that you can go one after another.
Yes, I'm not the kind of person that can play through a game one chapter now and then wait a year. And apparently they will do like recaps of what has happened in the previous chapter because of that, but
I watch a show that
I need to binge.
only has one season. You know season 2 is coming, and then like 3 years later you have to rewatch the season first before you start the new one.
That's why I like wait. I'm a binging person. So instead we're gonna go rate Mame, who is currently not playing Dead by Daylight, but normally playing Dead by Daylight. Getting into the Christmas spirit in Dead by Daylight being the stream title. So if you cannot stick around for a raid, please check out Mame whenever it's convenient for you. Sorry, Snowy and Corey.
Hiccups.
Maybe next time. I won't even Google anything about the game.
I mean, no. But that makes sense because you said no spoilers.
Yes.
So why would you Google it?
I don't know, I expected a different kind of energy from your reply. I was trying to have a conversation where we kept the ball going. Like, I'm not even gonna Google anything about it. Yeah, you really shouldn't because you might find spoilers. Yeah, I agree, Tifa.
I'm gonna press the button.
Please do. We'll be around on Discord and stuff. There'll be YouTube uploads for every day when we're not streaming. But since I don't get to say it until it's after the fact, happy holidays,
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and everything else I forgot in between. We will see you next week, Friday.
Enjoy your vacation, Psycho.
Yes, please. And everybody else having time off, please enjoy. Press the button.
Pressing.
We kind of just shot all our shots and we said all the things. I'm just gonna sit here. Thank you everybody for Higurashi. Let's have a on Friday. Please stick around for Friday. Bye!
Bye!